I run from none.
You come from high, now you see me rise.
Save itong muna na rin eh. Sabunto ka lang pakita. Lawan na uli. Dito, please. Samis ka na dito.
I run from none.
You come from high, now you see me rise.
Save itong muna na rin eh. Sabunto ka lang pakita. Lawan na uli. Dito, please. Samis ka na dito.
I run from none.
You come from high, now you see me rise.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Zero to Hero Miners, brought to you by Paramount Gaming Esports. It is I, Colicx Gaming from the Philippines, and together with me is the amazing, our idol from ACLA Esports League, Redman Gaming. How are you today?
Yo, it's insane to be here again for Zero to Hero Minor Season 3. I actually saw Bracket E a little while back, and I gotta tell you, if that was wild, what more for the minors? So
Yeah.
I have high hopes for this. I'm really excited because we got a stacked lobby, don't you think, Colicx?
Yep, definitely. And let's see, because I mean, as what you've said earlier, we have a very hard play from the showdown, but right now jumping into our team list on the minors. This is day number 1 for the minors. So let's see whose teams will gonna be jumping into the game, Redman.
So first off, we got TDC Esports. Second up, we got 66. Third, we got Elites, Obsidian, and 4. All the way from Malaysia is BLITZKRIEG. We got AXP
Oh,
Esports
ay,
coming up,
saya.
Rank, TNC,
Ang
BLACKFYRE, all the way
saya-saya.
from Malaysia as well. BOYA Esports Echo, Vagabonds Esports Nomads, KINGPINS Esports PYRO, Academy of Brothers Python, SIGRA Esports ARTEMIS, and SHOOTERDIES PH Vicious.
Jumping into our last half of the list, we have NRX NEHEMIAH 69 from the Philippines. 14 will be ATLAST from Thailand. Philippines coming from TARANTADOS AURUM AUXILIARUS Esports from the Philippines as well. Jumping into slot number 17, we have U-Channel Golden Goat from Thailand. And we have Your Worst Nightmare PULANG ARAW for slot number 18 from the Philippines as well. Same with ALMGHTY Prime on slot number 19. Moving on to slot number 20, we have Riley Esports. HILAS Esports Generals for slot number 21. 22 will be CB1 Esports Male. 23 will be Hunger Games District 11 KRATOS. And last but not the least, we have CARTELS X-Sinners from Thailand. So, Redman, some of the teams, some of the names of the clans, top clans from CODMPH, well-known names right here. Who do you think could get the top number 1 for our minors day number 1?
Now, I'm not gonna lie, there's one name that sticks out for me. It's Vagabonds, because Vagabonds are notorious in the Battle Royale scene. They're slaying the game right now. They're like at the top right now. So, it's of course, when you hear the name Vagabonds, that's what you automatically assume, because they're the big guys, they're the huge guys. And not to mention another name here, NRX NEHEMIAH. Not just the brand of NRX in Battle Royale, also a huge franchise. So we can't just ignore this, but although I do acknowledge that there are good teams in Southeast Asia, you can't help but ignore the people, those big names here. So I want to see how these big names perform, and I want to see how Southeast Asia brings on their A game in Battle Royale, because we're Southeast Asians, they're all pretty much talented gamers. That's what we're known for. So there's our chance to show the world what Southeast Asia gamers have to offer in the esports scene.
Yeah, and I just wanted to point out that I think I would bet on AMT Prime, since Garena Survivor Season 1 and GIBR, they are one of the most top killers into the battlefield. So let's see if AMT Prime would be able to grab the W and at least take take the win from Vagabonds Esports, who is an 8-peat winner of GIBR or Garena events. But then again, let's see, because right now we will be seeing a lot of potential teams jumping into the game, Redman.
Now we're gonna see the game right here quite soon. But before that, let's hold our horses for a little bit here. So we're going into the first game of the minors. Huge expectations on these teams because they're the first ones to qualify. And now we've seen the map right now. It's gonna be a little spread out. So, Colicx, what are your opinions on how our teams are spread out in this map?
I mean, jumping into the platform of isolated, it's for me it's very advantage if you have no engagement, you have no contest on your plane or on your platform, since you can loot, you can get your resources very well. No early engagements. But then again, if you have an early engagement, that may be an advantage for you if you will be having a win on your gunfights. But then again, we have a very spread out teams jumping into isolated, and let's see, because definitely we need to be more smart on our gameplay. But moving on to H and to the black market, I guess they have no engagement yet on their team.
Oh man, oh man. Now that this team has secured a vehicle for themselves, yeah, it's really advantageous that they have this, and not to mention they secured a quite amount of loot to sustain them throughout the mid game. So, they did land in a very good spot, good for them. But anytime soon they're gonna have to run into another team here. So it's unlikely that you'll go through the first zone, inside the first zone, or rotate rather, not running into anybody. So yeah, it's more of a game of trying to pick your loot, and we've seen here a team going in an engagement right now, early engagement. This is kind of a dangerous spot because if you have bad loot and to the get-go, you have to deal with it because you're being charged at right now. Gets one knockdown, it's gonna another knockdown for that with AK-47. It's gonna go for the hard rush with a grenade going out. His teammates down. He's gonna have to go for the revive play, but then he has to watch out too. There's some people in his vicinity. Is getting shot from the left side. It's gonna be a right side rather, and it's dangerous. Armor going up. He sees someone over the hill. He's down. Then he'll try to thirst the kill. He'll get that for now and go for the revive flight. And yeah, this early engagement, how impactful is this in going into the mid game? Oh wow, right back at you, Colicx Gaming. He disconnected for a little bit, but let's go see here. Another team right now. Shots are being fired when he's in the O, and it took him out. And he's gonna go climb up the hill. He's gonna find his next spray. He's found it. He's gonna go for the spam. Gets one out of the bag, and he'll try for the double kill, but a little bit too late. But no, wait. He took some armor damage. That's good for him. And it's gonna be a Tango squad. Riley Esports going head to head to a red squad right here. Can't really make out the name for now. I apologize, but it's more of not the security vehicle for themselves. It's AK-47 is going rampage, and no! From the riding in tandem all the way from the hillside, and out of nowhere, FHJ is gonna go out. He'll try for another kill. Explosion out, and ooh! And with a switchblade, took him out. Go for the revive flight as well. Dang, Colicx, what a play!
What a play indeed we have seen. I mean, we are seeing players, teams stacking up on one area, and definitely there's a riding in tandem, just waiting for the right moment to engage and at least try to damage with an FHJ. But right now they are still going in for a round. But then again, still checking on our bird's eye view, we have another team going in for a push. If I'm not mistaken, this is letter R. Not quite sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because definitely we have a blurry screen right now. But as we can see, two teams from afar will be trying to get in for a push. I guess we have letter T, Team T, and the team letter S. So let's see who will be dominating this area. We have a lot of players, but moving on to letter Q, will be against another team from the high grounds, Redman.
Huge Channel Golden Go taking the Q slot. He has entered an EBR right now, and they're kind of at a disadvantage when it comes to the height because they're at the bottom of the valley and someone's on top. So you have to take your peaks carefully because one wrong move, one small error of mistake, this could literally be detrimental to you because you're way down, you're way below the slope, and ultimately you're giving your opponents the upper hand by default by taking those peaks. So they have to tread lightly on this, and I think they understood this quite well. So they just decide to back off and reposition, even though they have the sniper on their hands. Now, kind of a patience play right now because there are some people on their vicinity, so they're gonna have to reunite with their team, and it's kind of a scary thing to think about that there's a whole squad on top of the hill, and you're at the valley where there's closed space all the way. So. It's kind of a difficult situation right now, but let's head into another squad. They're on a remote island, but I believe they have another squad on this specific place. What do you think, Colicx?
Two teams right now. I mean, battling it out in one area. Here comes the Trapmaster coming in from the pink team. Okay. I mean, it's very blurry. So let's see. I mean, let's say with their color tag. But let's see, because right now they need to get into the safe zone, because definitely that will be an additional damage for them. But right now, here comes the push, here comes the aggression, but here comes the Jack 12 on hand. 1v2 situation, unfortunately, just taken one in there, but still a great advantage for their team with those raids. But here comes the sniper. Let's see if the sniper will be able to get on an advantage in there on a far. But for the side of the purple one, they are still going in for the push, trying to get on for the takedown. But then again, pink team just taking one again, and that will be a disadvantage for the side of the purple team, Redman.
Oh man, they're forcing this close quarter combat really quite well, but it did kind of cost them. So what I think is gonna do, I think the end squad, November squad, that's gonna be our ATLAST. They're gonna since they overstretch a little bit going for the close quarters, they're gonna go pull back and recuperate themselves, get some revives on, get some armor plates on. So it might be a good call for them. But let's go head into another guy, to our another squad. They're on the motorcycle. It's seemingly that he's alone. So he's gonna have to, he's gonna have to play this smartly, because being all alone in the mid game, out of a dangerous thing right now. So having securing these vehicles, getting those dog tags early on, before things go awry. So preparing yourself, preparing your team to be in the best shape as possible. So he's gonna have to run in another squad here. It looks
Oh,
like oh, he missed him by a little bit. No shots were fired whatsoever on the sedan. He's just dancing around, and he sees another guy. He will go for the charge. I think he knows he's alone. He'll go for the loot boxes, and okay, he will switch vehicles with a motorcycle right now, and let's go back to another guy. This is from Share Squad Almighty Prime. Oh, I would AK-47 quit the clone, but not the real guy. Where's the real guy? So he's gonna go reposition and Colicx. What can you make of this situation?
I mean, players right now, we haven't seen so much engagement yet. I mean, we have seen engagement, but no much engagement. Big plays coming from our teams. But moving on to this player, he will be facing one, and information will be done, and definitely takes one player out of this match with the motorcycle. That is, I mean, that's great gameplay coming from him. But then let's see if that player or the rest of the team players of the team will be able to get those dog tags and get back to their momentum on the first running time of the first game that we have. But moving on to TNC, I believe this is TNC. No engagement yet, but I guess if I'm not mistaken, we have 5 kills in total on their team points, and right now capitalizing their position into the high grounds, and definitely they will be facing letter W or slot letter W in there as they move forward. Let's see if TNC would be able to rack up a lot of kills on the first running time of the game.
Now, TNC will go head to head to Hunger Games District 12 Kratos quite soon, but I think they're gonna go for the patience play right now because they're behind them, and it looks like TNC has secured the high ground. He will come down from the hill a little bit and reposition with his team, but I think they're trying to get as much distance as they could between the two teams and go play for picks from afar. There's more of it's more of a safe approach, because if they do fire back and you get a little scratch, you just back away, go back behind the hill, and you'll be fine for the most part. But doing this, playing just tapping by the waters per se, by doing so is don't risk too much. You have rifles, you don't have much
Yeah.
sniper play, so things go not as what you want. You just disengage, just because there's not too much risk to it. So
Mhm.
pulling back, no problem, because the stakes are too high to do some risky plays, especially in the minors where you're climbing the ladder all the way to the grand finals.
Grand finals indeed, and let's see who will be stepping up their A game in order for them to jump into the finals. But moving into another team, not sure, because definitely no engagement yet. And if you're gonna be checking on our mini map, I guess we have 2 teams from behind going, I mean, just waiting for the right moment to engage. But there you go, another player just taken one player in there, and definitely we are seeing a lot of gameplays on fire with the Jack 12 on hand. Very deadly when it comes to close range battle. But right now, Slaughter letter S will be going in against another team. If I'm not mistaken, this is AMT. And definitely they
Oh.
are proving us that they are on fire. Starting off round number 1. And definitely there's another team. If they will be moving forward, that may be another kill coming from their team.
Now, Almighty Prime, definitely under Prime right now. He's gonna go for the Jack 12 push, one person up above in this second floor. Just bottom to the time, he can go for it. He's gonna go for the push. He's gonna push such a big fire. Jack 12 kill for him. Sheesh. And on the EBR, he's gonna go for the loot, some loot, and it's kind of an awkward position to be in because half of the house is outside the zone, half of the house is inside the zone. So he might as well just use this to his advantage where no one will expect him there. So Almighty Prime will take advantage of this house, will go for the gatekeep, and they will pursue the last few remaining of the team just took down. Meanwhile, let's go into our Monday squad NRX Nehemiah, I believe. Or correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how it is at least. But they're just gonna play for default. They're aware that they're surrounded. Somebody's on the win.
Yeah.
It's like time to take some shots here, and yeah, it's more of as this zone keeps shrinking and shrinking, more and more engagements are happening. So I think it's time that they re-strategize and figure out how many squads they want to take on and how many squads should they watch out for.
How many squads they should watch out for? Because right now, as you can see on our screen, we have 3 or 4, 5 teams battling it out on our farm area, and definitely Team Q. If not sure if that is only one player coming from their team, but again, having a advantage on high grounds and definitely flanking of the opponent, that may be their advantage. But right now, NRX 69 will be seen from behind, but Remy, not sure if that's Remy, will be able to get out with those ninja class. But moving on to another team, also jumping in or joining into the mix into the farm. They have the advantage to push forward and definitely gets a kill, since if I'm not mistaken, there will be no information will be relied to our opponents. But here comes a push. Here comes a bullet connecting in against another team. Again, this is TNC. We've known so much coming from TNC. If I'm not mistaken, they have 11 kills. Please correct me if I'm wrong. We have a blurry screen right now. But then again, TNC, they are still on their grounds waiting for the right moment. But they need to get into the safe zone because when time comes, when the revival fly, when the zone will be shrinking in, they will have the disadvantage, since they will be pushing forward with a lot of teams, and definitely they will be having a problem getting into the safe zone.
I do agree that some teams will have a tough time going into the safe zone because TNC is going for the gatekeep. So they're trying to filter out people who just got some damage from outside the zone and abuse the fact that they're vulnerable HP wise. So let's go in to one of our guys here. The zone is now shrinking, and he has a Jack 12 in hand. He's going for the patience play. He's gonna go down from the hills and right with the Jack 12, and
Oh!
that's a kill for him, and it's gonna go for TNC. Shots to be fired with the AK-47 down and gets the kill again also, and he will sweep it up and go for the armor as he is on the roof right now, having the advantage point, sliding down because he has to move against the zone. It's gonna go for the reload, and things are moving fast right now because the zone is shrinking and shrinking, and they're positioning just at the edge of the zone. They're forced to move. They have to do everything while on the take some engagements on the move, take some everything on the move. And with that being said, TNC, they've done it. All while on the move as well. They got the last kill. And GG, TNC BLACKFYRE are victors for the first match of the evening. Sheesh.
Jeez, BLACKFYRE of TNC definitely on fire for our round number 1. But then that is just round number 1. We will be checking on our post game later on and confirming the scores. Oh, I guess we are jumping into the post game right now, but unfortunately we can not see the scores. Hopefully, Redman, do you have?
One thing I've observed with TNC Blackfire is how they position themselves and how they
Mhm.
use their distance to their advantage. We saw here by the late game that they're positioned towards the zone and their strategy going forward was moving with it. So with the chaos all going in, they decided to use the chaos to their advantage. They used the chaos of having the zone at their backs and threaten anybody who goes in front of them. And that's a beautiful play by them. So yeah, it's gonna be a GG. So we have we have here some good kills by TNC. So
Mhm.
I think it's safe to say that they're people to watch out for.
There, yes, definitely teams needs to watch out because definitely, um, as we move on to more rounds on this series, there will be a lot of engagement. There will be a lot of actions which is coming up next. So again, to all of our viewers, we will be right back for a very very short break. So please don't go away. More actions will be coming up.
You come from high. Now you see me rise.
Kasi bertemu dengan Redman, sebelum kau merapat kesalahan. Perlawanan oleh Exit tapi Sami sekarang ini.
I run from none.
You come from high. Now you see me rise.
Kasi bertemu dengan Redman, sebelum kau merapat kesalahan. Perlawanan oleh Exit tapi Sami sekarang ini.
I run from none.
You come from high. Now you see me rise.
Papasok siya sa desktop audio. Uy, kita kami. Hi guys, what's up to all of our viewers? Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Boss time. Kita yata kami sa stream.
Away.
Save tumulong na rin. Subong ka lang pakisarado. Perlawanan oleh si tepi sambil sekarang ini.
You come from high. Now you see me rise.
Hey everybody, and it's us again. It's me, Redman, and this is Colicx Gaming with me. This is Colicx Gaming with me, and yeah, apologize about that. He's not scoreboard; he's an actual real human being. So we just had our first match of the evening. It was from isolated first-person perspective, and TNC taking the Battle Royale win. And Colicx, what do you think of that last game?
I mean, the latter part of the match definitely on fire with the BLACKFYRE of TNC. I mean, they just sweep players from the battlefield, definitely, and definitely, it shows that we need to look forward. We need to look for teams that is I mean, we need to look forward on every teams who is on the list, because definitely they are somehow some of the big teams coming in, and uprising teams who also want to reach the majors. But then that is just the first match. Let's see if TNC BLACKFYRE will be able to maintain their momentum on our upcoming matches. Redman.
Yeah, I do agree with there. If there are some big names here, and there are, we are expecting some names to stand out lately, and it just turns out in the first match it was TNC's name, but it's more of a test of time. It's because we have 6 rounds of Battle Royale for tonight, and it's gonna be more than how good they play. It's how they endure all the fatigue they're gonna go through, because it's gonna be no joke. It's gonna be this for the long haul. We're doing a lot of this for this whole tonight. So let's see how well TNC's endurance will be, and let's see by the end of it if they can go reign champion and guarantee themselves a spot towards the finals. And now I believe our leaderboards will be coming soon, but what are your predictions on how our leaderboards will look like?
I mean, seeing the first match getting, I mean, TNC getting the number 1, we may see them on rank number 1 for our first round, since I mean, getting a lot of kills, getting a lot of engagement that will be boosting your scores to the top leaderboards. But then again, um another thing to point out is the placement point, since getting top number 1 will be a very heavy points to be added on your total, because that will be 15 points, if I'm not mistaken, 15 points for the placement points, and that will be a really big impact for your points. But then again, that's just round number 1. For my prediction, we will be seeing TNC, but the question is, are we going to see TNC to be on the top for our leaderboards on our upcoming rounds of the game? But then again, I guess we are ready to check out the leaderboards. Production, let's go.
There we go. We're gonna see our leaderboards, and let's see if Colicx is correct. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, a little hint right there, it's actually TNC on the top spot. So yeah, well played right there. And yeah, I do agree with her. They do had that kills
Mm,
on the also the placement. So having that double record, like the highest in kills and highest in placement, yeah, definitely puts you on the map and guarantees you the first spot. But as the saying goes, some teams really do good in isolated, some might not. So yeah, we have only time can tell if they can also perform well in Blackout, the exact opposite of Isolated, because Blackout are really a big map, really more
mhm.
unforgiving in the terrain. So using their environment to their advantage, this is something we need to see coming in from PNC.
Yeah, but I mean, we might not flash the leaderboards for the first round, but um, there you go. Production, are we okay? But then again, I have the records. I have the details. We might not be showing you the first round of the leaderboards, but here comes the details. We have TNC Blackfire with a 31 getting the rank number 1 on our leaderboards. Coming in second, we have U Channel Golden Goat with a 24. Your Worst Nightmare Pulang ARAW with an 18 points. Almighty Prime, AMT Prime getting the top number 4 with the 13 kills or 13 points on their name. Moving in to SIGRA Esports ARTEMIS with a 12, and we have Academy of Brothers Esports on top number 6 with a 12 points. Same with Riley Esports with the 12 points as well. Since we are jumping into round number 2, Redman, what do you think would be happening, or what do you think would be happening, since a lot of adjustments will be coming into round number 2?
Now the common tactic here in Blackout is to play passively and not prioritize the kills, because yeah, it's a big map, a little bit hard to get around on. So it kind of makes sense to play more passive, don't
Mm,
prioritize the kills, because having the first place, even though you have not much on the kill side,
mm,
it really packs a punch. As you said, 15 points. That's no joke for top one in a game. So I want to see how our players how if they prioritize their vehicles, if they prioritize more of their loot, if they prioritize their positioning on the map.
mhm,
It's gonna be interesting to see how they'll manage all these factors and put into account the fact that there will be some teams out for blood.
mhm,
They will just keep rushing and rushing and rushing because that's what they're good at. So there will be some teams that be overly aggressive and
mhm.
overly passive, and some will be in the between. The question is, which one of these three categories will be seen in our top one for Blackout?
Definitely. And again, I mean, jumping into round number 1 and round number 2, that will be um played in TPP. So definitely you need to rack up a lot of kills, a lot of points in order for for your team to at least maintain your spot on the leaderboards. If you're on the upper hand of the leaderboards, you need to rack up a lot of points from FPP, since um not all the teams is used to FPP, which is we will be playing in later on after this round. But then again, FPP of Blackout, we might see. I mean, we call this a mobility map. You need to have those vehicles, you need to have those choppers on hand in order for you to at least have a very fast rotation, get a lot of kills, get some advantage on positioning into the high grounds and so on. But then we might also see snipers, since it is a very open map. We might see a lot of snipers coming into the play.
I do agree with that. One more thing that is a common trend in Blackout is
Mm,
the use of snipers. Mainly because it's a huge map, it
mhm,
really shine. Long engagements, ARs built for range,
yeah.
snipers, and 21 EBR, and if you're more of a DLQ Locus guy, why not? But and 21 EBR, that's gonna be one of the guns that we'll expect to shine here. And
Mhm,
well, don't forget the classic AK-47. Yeah, it's really a good one for our long range. Been a staple and been
yeah.
always been a staple in the battle
Yeah.
royale scene. So yeah, and then Blackout, and not to mention the one more crucial detail in this. It's in first person. Now it's a
Mhm,
big map and you have limited vision. So this will really test the players on their skills, their game sense, their awareness of the environment, knowing where your opponent is, even without looking at, even if they're behind you. The fact that if there are the fact that there are players who can do this will definitely show into our next match because first person, it's actually a beast of its own, and you gotta really know how to tame this, because if not, well, it might not be the best ride for you. So we're gonna have in here our transit line, and Colicx, what are your thoughts on this?
Very balanced flight path on our match number 2. Let's see if teams will be spreading out of the battlefield, because right now we are starting off to from bottom to top. We have here factory going into the middle part of construction site and the hijack. Let's see. Oh, we will be seeing a lot of teams stocking up on one area, because definitely we need, or we want to see an early engagement coming from our teams, Redman.
Yeah, I do. There are some places that they are gonna stack up in, and looks like we're gonna head into our first squad. They just have a run-in right now. They have the armor plate going on, and he has a gun. Okay, with the SKS, the short-range fight. That's kind of unlucky pick, but he's got to deal with it, and he got knocked down with a PYRO. And well, getting a bad gun on your first on your landing spot, not the best one, but you gotta deal with it. You gotta deal with what you have. And with that being said, 66. They're coming out on top with a BY-15 shot to make fire right now. And ooh, got knocked down with a Jack 12. That's gonna be Juliet squad, Academy of Brothers Esports Python. And he's going for the revive flight right now. And looks like he's going for the squad wipe. I think just eviscerated everybody from 66. So it turns out that in this early engagement, by some determination and real hard grit, they were able to survive. And looks like Academy of Brothers Esports Python will just wait on the revive flight of their fallen comrades, and looks like they're gonna go out there virtually unscathed. Now let's go into our next squad. This is gonna be what I believe is Elite's Obsidian coming in with a run-in with our what seems to be our Lima squad, SHOOTERDIES, PH Vicious.
I mean, 3 teams jumping into the turbine area. Definitely. Let's see who will be getting the crown on this area, because definitely we have letter B, HILAS Esports Generals. Letter I believe that will be KINGPINS Esports PYRO, and not sure what team is that. We will be confirming that one later on. But then again, letter I, which is KINGPINS Esports PYRO. I think they are trying to collect those, collect their players right now into the chopper and get out to the vicinity of the teams jumped into this area. But then again, that might be an advantage for you to at least survive until to the latter part of the game. But then again, we need to see those players. We need to see those kills. We need to see those engagement coming from our teams. But still, great advantage if you go out of the area and get some loot first before going in for the push.
The early game is really tricky because there's kind of a 50-50 chance where you have to consider people dropping with you. And if people are dropping with you, what weapon will you get first? And that's the thing you can't. That's the scary thing about the early game. You don't have control on the first gun you get, and whatever it is you have to get. Someone pushes you, you have to use it to the fullest extent just to survive. And now, with that being said, we've seen the horrors of the early game, and now the Nightmare still lives on. There's so many things happening here in construction site, and the PPSH is gonna go for the push, and he's gonna go for the dog tag for now and recuperate some of the loot. But 2 teams are now in construction site, and it's a huge location. There are a lot of floors here, and there's a good chance that you will find weapons that you are able to work with. Now they're just playing with the floors right now. The KRM, he's gonna go sneak up for the behind. Low is said with the counter outside, and okay, he's went back right now, and looks like they're just playing with the floors right now. What do you think, Colicx?
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, this is Vagabonds, Nomads. I mean, we've known them very, very well from the majors of Garena, and definitely owning the construction site that might be a very tough one if you will be contesting with those teams, with those top teams. But moving on, I mean, we will be seeing more of those actions later on as we move on to another team. Will be against another team. Not sure where are they, but here comes here comes the engagement coming from, if I'm not mistaken, that's letter J. Please correct us if I'm wrong, because letter J will be J. I couldn't find
Brothers,
letter
yes.
J. Oh, Academy of Brothers. That's it.
Yes.
Right now. With the scopes. Oh, this is X. We have Hunger Games District 11 Kratos. Let's see if they will be pushing in, because I mean, playing by your name, Hunger. Let's see if they will be hunger for kills then.
Hunger Games District 11 will go for the long push right now, and EBR has to be fired. He's gonna stand right now, and he's in danger. He's in danger right now. He's being shot by bullets from afar. He might not know where it's coming from, and now he's gonna be it's gonna be another push right there. He's gonna go faster and faster. The distance is slowly dwindling between these two players, and not to mention a third part from behind them, and that's gonna be our dude from Academy of Brothers. I thought it was one kill, and one on EBR, insane kill, and wow, that's gonna be one man down for this, and he's gonna see another group of people. It's gonna be choice one, Elite Obsidian on the ocean. That's a dangerous place to be in. And got another kill, and one on EBR is about to go for his third kill right now, but he will have to heal himself first because another group at his 6. So he has weird position right now that he has to either clean out Charlie as fast as they could, Charlie being Elite Obsidian, or look for cover as they're being pushed right now, and he's gonna go use the truck for his advantage, being pushed right now, and that's a hit to the head, that's gonna hurt. With an SMRS, he's gonna go down, and looks like a mayhem here by the truck side, by the shoreline, and man, oh man, bodies are dropping like flies right now. And it seems that this engagement is not far from over because more people are turning into this one location. And as he uses the ninja to go up to the rooftop and go rotate again here further out, he will try his best here to get a breath of fresh air, going to the ATV, go as much as far as possible. But it was moving too late. When the AK-47 was downed, and he's gonna be out. And we'll go in the Elite Obsidian, diving here like Navy SEALs and Marines. And he'll just all he has to do is go across the lake. He will be fine. He will be in the safe zone as soon as he could swim. And he gotta swim fast.
Yeah, I mean, CB1 Esports. Oh, I mean, it's Hunger Games. Sorry. Hunger Games District 11 Kratos had the advantage on position. But little that they know that Team WCB1 Esports is going in for a flank. But then again, let's see, because definitely Elite's Obsidian had a very cheeky spot a while back, trying to swim under the water with a very low mobility on their team. But moving on to another team who is going in for an engagement as well. I guess if my calculation is correct, this is TTC Esports is roaming around with another team, and I guess that is SHOOTERDIES PH Vicious. Let's see if SHOOTERDIES Vicious will be a vicious one on to display, because another team will be going in for a push as well, and definitely this might be a very tough one for the side of SHOOTERDIES PH.
Oh man, both teams are going at it right now, and they're hungry for kills as more and more people converge in this one building. It becomes more suffocating, and you have to deal with the close quarter combat and the tough angles. There's so many angles to worry about here. Not mainly because you're in a confined space, but they gotta deal with it. They're in a situation right now. The only way out is to actually win the fight. There's 3 squads in this one compound, and this has to be insane because we see here Riley Esports with the KRM and the Jack 12 and the company. They're all huddled into the 2nd floor. They're gonna go for the 3rd floor to get some height advantage, but they have to look around because at any moment's notice, someone could be knocking on the door, will take you down, and I say that TNT gets 1 kill, and dropping down into the roof. He was 1 kill, another kill, but he got defeated because he got weird crossfire where 3 people are in his face. And that was a valiant effort by a guy in TNC BLACKFYRE here, but it just comes to show that, the numbers will win. Strength in numbers, I see. So this just shows that Riley Esports, yeah, they got the teamwork going and they really want this win badly.
They need this win badly, and definitely every person that they see, they just wipe out the area in here and definitely gets a win. Having 4 kills in total, if I'm not mistaken, that's 4 kills. That may be a great advantage for them to at least push forward more, but we need to see more efforts coming from their team in order for them to at least get onto our top number 6 on the minors list. But then again, no engagement as of the moment. We are seeing a very passive gameplay for all of the teams trying to survive until the latter part of the game. But moving on to another team will be against teams with the vehicles on hand, and man, this might be a very confusing situation for the side of W, since a lot of players roaming around and you will not be confident to at least just focus on one area, because definitely there will be a lot of flankers coming into your way. But then again, W team CB1 Esports main will be against the red team. Not quite sure what team is that, but then again, let's see, because they will also be facing letter C, which is Elite's Obsidian, who is down, or 1 man down on their team.
And now the engagement will start right now with a back on his hands. He will get some fire, shots on fire right now. He's gonna go down to the 1 bullets for the armor play right now, and he got their squads just in their face. Literally, they're at each other's throats right now. And and bust out the sniper. Easy quick scope gets him out for now. And more people are coming to the location because they start seeing people fighting. So people will just, you know, have this mentality, go like, hey, someone's fighting, let's go join in, because they're probably in bad shape right now. Might as well take advantage of this. And this is a common tactic here in Battle Royale, that if you see someone, if you see a squad going at it, go join it, because there's a good chance that these people are low and you can just finish the kill. That's an 8 kills for you, plus points on the passage, plus points on the kills, and plus points on the placement as well. So now more people are joining into the fight. I see 3 squads going in this hillside. Shot to be fired with there, and oh man, quite enough to scare them away. But he has to reorganize his position right now, because he's exposed to too much angles, not the most ideal, and he's at the middle of the valley right now. He's at the middle of the mountain. So what else could happen here, Colicx?
I mean, for the side of Riley, that's letter N. Is this NRX NEHEMIAH? Okay, so this is NRX NEHEMIAH from the lower grounds. We might see their advantage if they take advantage of their reach, but seeing 1 player with a snowboard, no good with the shots, unfortunately will be receiving shots from behind. Let's see if NRX NEHEMIAH will be success going in for this engagement. 1 player will be very low in there. Unfortunately, no connections with those shots, but here comes another. Oh, there you go, NRX NEHEMIAH, additional 1 kill in there. Definitely for the remaining teams, W of CB1 Esports, we know that they've heard those engagements, and we might see them get those advantage as NRX and CB1 Esports going in for a pinch right now. Unfortunately, for 1 player from NRX will be taken down. 3 players or 2 players remaining, and this will be an advantage for the side of CB1, since they have a lot of angles to push in, and definitely this will be a very big disadvantage for the side of NRX.
Oh man, who will come out on top here? It seems that things are going awry, and things are not going as they expected, as NRX NEHEMIAH just dominating this playing field. And it looks like he's gonna go back away for a little bit and get some fresh air, because they're beyond the zone now and they're taking some serious damage, and having that damage tick might not bother you for a little bit. But it definitely pack a punch if there's somebody on your flank, and as we see here, got knocked down, given the fact that he's outside the zone and there was people chasing him from his flank. It got harder, the situation got more sour, and it's really just part of the game, really, that you get caught up in the zone, you get caught up with your opponents in your face, and you gotta prioritize on what to do. So now the zone's caught up. It seems the zone and their opponents just took them by storm quite much, and he's gonna go. He's trying his best to catch his breath. He's trying to go crawl, never give up, Mamba mentality all the way through. And they ask to secure the vehicle right now. I think they're gonna go for the one last push, try and clean up the squad, and try to get him out of the game.
Teams and players need to get into the safe zone. I mean, staying outside the zone now may be a very big disadvantage on your team, since you will be receiving a lot of damage. And as you get into the safe zone, you might see a lot of teams gatekeeping on you. So that may be another problem for your team. But moving on to this player, I guess he will be facing another player, or a lot of players coming into the array. Let's see. Oh, yes. This is array. So we might see the last zone will be drawn into this area. Since checking onto the mini-map, we have a lot of players tucking in, and definitely we might see a lot of engagement in different parts of this area.
Oh man, he has one guy from TNC on his crosshair. That was kind of scary. That's kind of scary. If he was able to nail that shot, imagine the catastrophe it will cause for our top team for now, TNC, as they had the Battle Royale and Battle Royale win from the first game in isolated. And yeah, it looks like they're gonna rotate here, and as the zone is shrinking smaller and smaller by the second, it just forces more of our groups to take on some fights. And man, this situation will get ugly, because although it's gonna be silent for now, we're anticipating this big drop, this huge beat drop, because this terrain is very interesting, because we have some buildings here, we have some valleys, and we have some hills. So there's an opportunity for our teams here to play around on the heights, play around on the buildings, and just play with what they have right now. And looks like they have a good one. PYRO right now gets the pick right now, and with the AK-47, he sees two more people, and he has to decide which one will he take. Wait, he has two squads right now, and looks like he's going for the direction of our F squad. It's gonna be TNC BLACKFYRE on his crosshair, and I think they're trying to decide which team to push. So what do you think, Colicx? What are they trying to push here?
I mean, that's a great plan. I mean, picking who you will be going in for a push with, that will be a great advantage if you know which teams are you going up to. Because definitely, if you're trying to get a lot of kills, still it's very hard to engage. It's very hard to push in if you're gonna be pushing in against a strong team. But moving on to Riley, if I'm not mistaken, this is Riley, will be going in for the push. One down from the opposing team, and this will be an advantage for the side of Riley to push in and eliminate, wiping out a lot of players with a Jack 12 on hand and one player remaining. What can you do? Can you clutch this one? Nope, but there you go, another takedown with EM21 for the side of Riley Esports.
This man single-handedly took down a squad with a Jack 12 and AK-47. Imagine the power this guy has on his own. Wow, that was powerful. That was very explosive of him to do so, and that was quite. That just gave his squad, Riley Esports, the advantage, the upper hand they needed in kills. So if things go R in the placements, at least they got their kills to fall back on. But hey, with the SMRS is gonna be scary with the N21 EBR as well. So they're literally king of the hill right now because they have the height advantage. But as the zone is shrinking, they're being forced into descending lower and lower all the way to the roadside, and it seems that no team wants to let go of their height advantage, of how just having this info from one glance is just really advantageous. And as the string goes smaller and smaller, more chaos ensues. Two people left, Riley Esports, and it's gonna go for some guy here, and there's one guy left. A difficult 4v1 for his situation. The smoke's going down, he sees him, and a Jack 12, there you go, gets him out of the kill. And man, that's it! With the Jack 12 at the last kill, there's going to be a victory for our Team 20. Riley Esports, GG, well played here in Blackout.
well played for the side of Riley Esports. Very deadly Jack 12 when it comes to very close range battle, and definitely gets the W. Let's see if their win would be able for them to boost their points into our leaderboards. But then again, for the side of TNC, which is our MVP from the first round, let's see if they
I'll pick up with what he's saying. If he was trying to say that if TNC was able to retain that position on the leaderboards, but from what I've seen here, just based on what I've seen here, Riley Esports will definitely trump over TNC in the leaderboards because of how they played this and how they. I love how they forced most of the CQCs they engaged in, because forcing the CQC will catch your opponent's surprise. Yeah. That's having a surprise, the advantage of having control of the situation, and your opponent does not. That's how they're winning this. That's how they're winning their fights. That's how they're tied, having that momentum rolling, the ball rolling to their favor, and putting all the baskets to their side of the court. That's what they're doing the whole time. Riley Esports, strong competitor indeed, and going in. That's actually just in blackout. So yeah, let's go ahead. And we'll be right back for short break, folks. Don't go anywhere. This is 0 to Hero Minor Season 3. See ya. Season 2.
You come from high. Now you see me rise.
Kasi bertemu dengan Redman. Sebelum tu berapa kesalahan. Berlawan oleh Easy, tapi Sami sekarang ni.
ตอนนี้ทำลิเวอร์ไปเพราะว่า
You come from high. Now you see me rise.
Kasi bertemu dengan Redman. Sebelum tu berapa kesalahan. Berlawan oleh Easy, tapi Sami sekarang ni.
ตอนนี้ทำลิเวอร์ไปเพราะว่า
You
ALMGHTY. Nagtapo ko mag-dash. Still
Save itong muna kasi may nabunto ka na pati sa... Wala ko na ulit dito, please. Miss ka na dito.
I run from
You come from high. Now you see me rise.
I'm very excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Zero to Hero Minors Season 3, brought to you by, of course, Paramount Gaming Esports. Thank you very much for making this happen. It is I, Colicx Gaming, your host and shoutcaster tonight, but we are not alone because definitely we have Redman Gaming who will be giving you the hype of the game. But then again, round 1 and round 2 is done. We have seen so much potential coming from the teams jumping into the battlefield. We have TNC BLACKFYRE taking the W on round number 1, and definitely Riley Esports on round number 2. But moving on to round number 3, Redman, what do you think? What can you anticipate for the match, since we will be jumping into FPP on Isolated?
Now we're going back to Isolated, so it's gonna be another adjustment period for our teams here, because from a small map to a big map to a small map again. So, I think this is gonna be interesting to see, because these teams will already know who they're up against, because they had 2 games with them. Not to mention the first game was Isolated, so they have an idea on what the tides the other teams will bring, and have an idea on what they will do, what guns they'll be carrying, and where they will land. So having that small piece of information is actually going to be crucial. And if they choose to, yeah, they can adjust to their findings. And yeah, we'll see if TNC will go reign ahead here in the leaderboards. So speaking of leaderboards, let's see what we got after the second round. So, it's gonna be interesting. Colicx, what do you think of this?
I mean, Riley Esports, they really had a great advantage, great positioning, great strategy on their team. That makes them top number 1 from round number 1 to round number 2 with the 50 kills. We have TNC BLACKFYRE on our second spot, 35 kills on their names. Same with Almighty Prime with the 33 points, Vagabonds Esports, Nomads with the 30 points, CB1 Esports on top number 5 with the 26 points. Same with U Channel Golden Gold with the 26. But then again, jumping into round number 3, I still bet on AMT Prime. We might also see Vagabonds Nomads jumping in or racking up a lot of kills for this next round, since they've used to playing FPP from the majors. So definitely we might see a win for the side of Almighty and Vagabonds. But let's see, because Riley Esports, they also qualify from the survivors and the GIBR, and they know how FPP should be played in the battlefield. But then again, let's see, because Vagabonds Nomads, we've seen so much potential coming from their team, and definitely getting a lot of kills on Isolated. So let's see if we will be having a greater anticipation for the next matches, Redman.
it seems here that Riley has the advantage only kill wise,
Mm.
because even if they don't do well in placements, they have kills to fall back on because of how huge of a lead they had against their second placers, which is TNC. TNC is more of a balanced type of team. They prioritize kills, they prioritize placements as equally, but it seems that Riley is going for the more aggressive approach. And it's gonna be interesting to see which one will reign, the balanced approach or the aggressive approach. We'll only see this in the next game because going back to isolated, it's more where our aggressive teams really shine. So, there's the Riley will have the advantage here because of how strong they are in the kill department. But let's not rule out the fact that TNC actually won this one the first time around. And not to mention we have teams hoping to break the tie with their counterparts. So we're gonna see them again. We're gonna see them for sure trying to step up from what they've seen from the first match. And yeah, it'll be hell of a fight, Colicx.
Hell of a fight indeed, because definitely, let's see. I mean, looking back to round number 1, the map that we had, teams are very scattered for round number 1. Let's see if we will be seeing the same strategy, the same jumping point for the teams, for the players, or are we going to see? I mean, looking back to round number 1, we had a very passive on our first running time of the game. Are we going to see that again on round number 3, since this will be a very different modes jumping into FPP? It's very tough to get on your screen since you will be on a limited sight of your area, Redman.
Oh, yeah, I do agree that it's one of a big disadvantage rather on FPP that your view will get smaller. You'll be forced to deal with this tunnel vision you're used to for third person view. So it'll be everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone's gonna like being in FPP, but it's gonna be necessary because it's the game right now. You have to play the game, or else, well, you just gotta do it because you got no choice here. So going into isolated, there's gonna be expectations that people will still land in the same spot because whatever works for them, they'll probably stick to it. And for the teams who aren't exactly doing well in the scoreboard, we're gonna expect them to change it up a little bit to give them the advantage here, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So it's kind of the rule here. So if your drop spot is working for you, keep going there. If it's not working for you, you have to go readjust, go to plan B, C, D, and hopefully you can finally get the upper edge and the tide you need to dominate through the isolated map. And yeah, hopefully that'll land you in a good spot kills wise and good spot placements wise.
Yep, definitely. And yep, definitely I do agree with that. And jumping into round number 3, this will be the halfway on our series to play with. And if you're able to be on top number 5 or top number 6, definitely this is the right time for you to give your A game, prove that you should be on our top number 1 spot on the leaderboards, because definitely we will still be confirming, because definitely who will be winning this match on our leaderboards, they will be moving up to another set or leveled up tournament that will be a 0 to hero majors. And again, we are sorting out all of the teams, all of the players from Southeast Asia and a lot of countries from the world. So definitely we want to see more actions coming from these teams. And definitely when we jump into majors, I mean, that's a very tough one. But let's see who will be getting the top for these matches.
Since we're going into the middle of the series right now, we will see here which team will be the most consistent, because there are some teams who fall through in the middle and make an explosive ending, but it's more of the consistency here. If you consistently get some kills, consistently get the placements, yeah, you're gonna have that chance to reach the top 6. But yeah, we're gonna see here who will stand the test of time as we are going in to to our third match of the evening. This is gonna be in isolated. As we wait for it to the map to load, we're kind of it's kind of safe to say that this match has already started. And Colicx, what are your thoughts going into the third match?
Third match indeed. Again, we are looking forward to AMT Prime, Vagabonds, Nomads, and ROYALE Esports to at least get the W on round number 3, since they've known as the one of the top teams, and definitely they are used to FPP. But then again, as a caster, and as a caster, we wanted to see new name to at least get the W, grab the W for this round, since again, this is an open tournament. We want to see potentials. We see potentials coming from other teams, coming from other players, and again, we want to see more or different actions coming into round number 3 as we move into our black market right now, which is against another team, Redman.
Oh, okay. He has the LMG on his hand, and he has the advantage right now. You see somebody clean up the kill for now, and there's two people in this one location with good loot. Yeah, everybody loves this place. You got good loot here, but the loot isn't as much effective if you can beat the guys who are trying to steal the loot away from you. And it seems so far that the guy we're looking at right now, their team is winning, and he's gonna clean up the kill with a AS Val right now. He has an RPD as well, go for the revive. And now let's see how we're gonna manage the situation, because it's kind of a mayhem right now. Okay, he gets a knock right now. That's a good job for him. He's gonna go for the armor, and he's gonna go rush. Now that they've engulfed whole their competitors for the loot, it's safe to say that they've finally secured the deal, and yeah, I think they're gonna be set for the mid game.
TDC Esports having the first heat on our first running time of the game, wiping out one team in there. We will still be confirming who is that team, but right now moving into AXP, another team who is a lot of, we've seen a lot of potential coming from their team on the showdown. Unfortunately, what's going down in there, but still we have this opposing team will be wiped out just like that, because definitely what I've said earlier, we've seen so much potential coming from AXP, and definitely they are proving us that they got the potential into their names. 4 kills on their team points, and definitely still up and kicking, and they will be trying to get the W. And still, I mean, looking forward for AXP. I've seen so much potential coming from their team from the showdowns and from the past tournaments, and definitely they will be proving us that they've got the W on their names.
XP, they got the goods. They're letting their name be known in the Battle Royale scene lately, because they're pretty much they're a strong competitor. I really do agree with that. They are strong people to deal with, and now let's see here how our other teams are doing right now. So it seems that they're just getting some loot on, getting some preparing themselves for the engagements, because the engagements here they're really pack a punch. Eliminations, you have to get your name on the scoreboard, get to the top 6 at least, and guarantee yourself a good placement. So now that they're trying to settle in, get some, you know, upgrades, get some attachments on around there, and ooh, it seems that there's a car zipping by and got some of the trap to be fired, and ooh, got knocked down. It's gonna be a bitter end for him, but not, he's down but not out for now, and it seems that it's gonna be an engagement here. Shot to be fired here now with the red dot sight. Ooh, he's gonna get that for now, and he's poking the bear from afar right now, and his team's pretty spread apart. So I think they're trying to do here is a pinch play where they isolate as much ground as they could and leave them trapped in this building where they have to kind of pick a target if they're gonna go for the left or right or the back of them. So I like how this is going, and let's see how this ends.
Academy of Brothers isolating themselves into this area of 66 if I'm not mistaken. But here comes the Jack 12 on hand. Very deadly, again, very deadly when it comes to a very close battle. But checking on our map right now, onto our left side, teams are again scattered, but then there is no dull moments from the first running time of the game. But checking on the Bravo team right now, if I'm not mistaken, I guess team of Academy of Brothers tried to. I mean, they are out of the area right now. Not sure if they are wiped. We will be confirming that one later on. But still, 66 is on fire for the first running time of the game. But checking on to our leaderboards, who needs to be we need to look on to the teams, because we have Riley Esports with the 50 points, 35 points right there coming from TNT, BLACKFYRE, ALMGHTY Prime with the 33, and Vagabonds Esports Nomads with the 30 points. That's the teams we need to look onto and definitely get out if you know that if that teams will be going in for your on your sites.
Now we're looking at the kings of the first match. I isolated TNC, and looks like they're just settling for some loot right now and preparing for the engagements right now. And it looks like we're gonna go ahead in to another squad. They're on a sedan right now. The girl rotates. No one nearby for them to be bothered with. But I think there's a squad right now they're trying to look for, because although they're trying to go for the loot, they're kind of in a secure place. They're trying to, prepare for the mid-game, get some ammo on. And I see a Jack 12 on the hands of this guy right here. And he's preparing for war, definitely. So, people have strong opinions on automatic shotguns. But here's the thing for me. If it works, don't fix it. And we've really seen success in the close quarter combats with the Jack 12 more than the Mac 10, surprising, which is an SMG. So, automatic shotguns, they really rule the land here in Battle Royale. So yeah, we will not see the end of the Jack 12, because there's so many falling victim to just this gun alone.
Yep, and we will be seeing that one later on as we jump into a very small map. Moving on to the Bravo team. If I'm not mistaken, this is Bravo, or letter R, U Channel Golden. Oh, this is U Channel Golden Goat. We haven't seen so much gameplays with the Jackal from the first and second round. But then again, looking forward, since we've seen so much potential, we've seen so much gameplays on fire from the first and second round of the game with the Jackal on hand, and definitely just a mind-blowing for me. But then again, let's see, as we move forward, we move on to the Bravo team, which is 66. And definitely, if I'm not mistaken, they've jumped into the new vision, very futuristic area, new area from the isolated, and I guess no teams contested on their area, and definitely this might be their advantage on the game.
So it's interesting to observe in these players that not much people go into New Vision City, mainly because it's a new location. So they're gonna it's really expected that they'll play safe and yeah, they were right. Nobody will go to New Vision City, so might as well do that and take the advantage that there's not much people gonna land there, because people will feel more safe to something more familiar. So they rather stick to their old drops and be contested than go for a new drop which you don't really know the ins and outs and risk being mangled. But in this case, worked out for them with the 50-50. It was in their favor, and now we're gonna go. Let's see how our 66 will manage with their new loot and how they're gonna play. This mid game is being shot right now from the right side. He's gonna go for the antelope, try to evade the bullet rainfire he's experiencing right now, and he's gonna go rotate for a little bit, go get some space, get some loot up from the a fallen body right now. And I believe I believe that this guy is I can't really quite make what team he's from, but yeah, he will have the 4x4. Okay, there he's going for a revive flight, and now he's surrounded. There's like 1, 2, 3 squads in his vicinity at least. And how should he play this? Because he's surrounded to dead to rights.
Yeah, surrounded indeed. But there you go with the vehicles. That might be their advantage to get out of these sandwich scenario coming from their team and pick for another engagement. But I guess they're just going in trying to locate another position to stay with. But then again, as they move forward, they will be facing a lot of teams as they move forward to the safe zone. But moving into another team of DNC, BLACKFYRE on the screens, on our screens right now, will be against another team right there, eliminating, destroying the Jackal, trying to get out of the city of the area. But right now, ROYALE Esports is on the mix as well. Let's see if they will be able to clutch this one, because definitely they are very spread out, and TNC standing strong on their positions.
Oh man, it's gonna be rough because ROYALE Esports is severely outgunned and outmanned right now because TNC, they have 4 people on their squad, on their side, and only 2 on ROYALE. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Wait, I think they're complete. Scratch everything I said. But yeah, the point still stands that TNC has the man advantage against ROYALE Esports. And what are the odds that the 2 previous winners of our matches will meet here in this very spot here in the windmills? And now, as the zone is shrinking, they're gonna disengage for now, and I think hopefully in the end game they'll meet again. So they have another Jackal on hand, and looks like our ROYALE Esports finally secured the air on them. So it's actually in fact, oh man, it's gonna be dangerous because of an incoming missile alert there, but I was kind of scared, but able to dodge that. So let's go ahead into another squad right now, and looks like they're beyond the zone taking some fights.
CB1 Esports receiving a lot of damage. Information will be relied in there coming from another team. I guess we have 3 teams jumping into this area, and definitely CB1 Esports and another team is still outside the zone, and that will be another problem coming from their team. But again, if I'm not mistaken, we also have TARANTADOS, AURUM in the mix. So if they gonna be having a greater advantage on strategies on their team, they might get a lot of kills right here, since 2 teams are very busy fighting on each other. But right now, with the heifer gameplay going in for a push, and another takedown right there with the PPs, if I'm not mistaken. And now that will be an additional kills for the team. 2 kills on their name, and we need to see more efforts coming from their team to at least rack up a lot of teams, a lot of kill points on this match, because definitely, again, this round number 3.
Okay, I think they're surrounded right now, and it's gonna be a tough position because they're on the lowland, and their opponents are actually on the high ground. So let's go into ROYALE Esports right now, trying to secure the high ground, as they are going in for an engagement from all sides. This is just one squad. They're quite spread out, and they're after the supply box. So it's no surprise that the supply box really garnered some attention from your players here, because having your own personal weapon on the battlefield, yeah, a really big advantage, because you know what you're getting. You guaranteed know what your attachments are, and it's gonna be advantageous given the fact that you can build it for, short range, long range, all of that stuff is really necessary for you to get the win. As we see here, there are 3 squads in this desert zone, and man, this is getting ugly real quick as more bodies are dropping on the floor. As we see here, it's gonna be KINGPINS, Esports, PYRO going in right now. It's gonna go down and out, but the Juliet squad is gonna be Academy of Brothers. Shot to be fired and got knocked out, and wow, what a play from that guy. And sheesh, it's getting messy and messy by the second, and it's a game of survival as of now. Brand of Brothers sticking together like the brothers they are, and hopefully they can come out for this unscathed and still kicking for the end game. And that's what we're gonna see here. Going back here to our guys from Academy of Brothers. Going here for the heal, also fire. And oh man, explosions are coming all around. It's gonna be it's already no man's land right now. Armageddon all the way. He got caught up with N1 and EBR from afar. That's a tough situation to be in, because there were so much angles we were exposed to, and just like that, Band of Brothers, they're engulfed whole by the chaos in this no man's land right now. And as we see here, it's just the strongest will survive. The ones who took on the third party will survive. None of the guys who were in the original engagements actually lived to see the other day. But hey, there's a new problem on the block right now because ROYALE Esports are going for the third, are going in right now, and damn, there's gonna be a lot of things to worry about. Oh, shots are being fired with bullets whizzing around in the air. That's all you can hear. Gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. And through the smoke, you can see somebody, but he will transport away or they'll get to recuperate himself. And now they're gonna force this ugly 4v4. Shots are being fired, and boom, it's one. Try to get the other one who's trying to escape from this fight because it was getting ugly. And man, they're being mangled so hard that they had to take a breather for a while. And sheesh, that was just so much.
So much indeed. But checking on the positioning, I mean, perfect positioning for the side of ROYALE Esports. They managed to get the high grounds, and I mean, DRS, Tarantados, they are having a cheeky spot in there that's making an open for the push for the side of ROYALE Esports. But checking onto the side of letter Q, I believe this is AUXILIARUS Esports. And now just waiting for the right moment to engage with, trying to get those high grounds in order for him to get a greater view onto the battlefield. But right now, no good with those engagements. He knows that there's a lot of players into the mix, and I guess ROYALE Esports, they still outside the zone, and there you go for the kill. That will be an advantage for the side, disadvantage for the side of ROYALE Esports. But then again, 2 kills. What a gameplay on fire for the side of Q, and that's what we need to see. I mean, trying to take down players from the top leaderboards. And let's see what will be the next people that we will be seeing later on. Right now with the ninja class, no footstep will be hearing right now. And as the zone will be shrinking in, he will be seen. Definitely he will be facing and definitely will be taken out.
He had to give up the second floor height advantage he had just to rotate because he's now on the same level of field with ROYALE Esports as he went down. But now it's gonna get more and more interesting as more people are going down in the hands of the M4, and just more and more people falling victim to this. 23 boots left on the ground, 11 squads remaining. This is more of a big playing field that people hoped, but as the zone is shrinking, more lives will be taken, more lives will be held casualty, and it's gonna be mayhem, pandemonium. And as he tries to recuperate himself with the armor, he's gonna stay here. He has a jackdaw on his hand and pray that nobody will try push him against him because we have a squad on the base of the hill right now. He's gonna go down. He's gonna go for the risky play by getting that loot. And he's being engaged right now. He's being pushed really hard. And no, he got knocked down with the MX-9. It's gonna be open for him. He's gonna go thirst the kill. And damn. Wow, and that is a big play by ATLAST right here by wiping out people that came from the sky and securing the loot from themselves. And as everything, when push comes to shove, is gonna get more interesting as they secure the high ground.
Securing the high ground is the best option, best decision that you need to make, because right now we have Team A. I believe that is TBC Esports trying to get some great positioning in there. Unfortunately, there's a lot of teams trying to, also getting the high grounds, but moving on to letter M. Let's see, because right now they don't have much kills, but they need to push it forward, survive until the last zone that we have, since we are fighting on to the placement right now. But here comes the engagement with the Jack 12 in hand. It definitely takes one in there, making it an 8 kills on their name. But moving on to another team, also trying to push in with another engagement coming in. There's a lot of engagement from different parts of this area, but definitely ROYALE Esports still up and kicking with an 18 points, I believe, and still racking up a lot of kills. And right now facing AMT, last player standing. Will he be able to clutch this one? One player from ROYALE Esports going in for a push. AMT, Chibi, I believe that's Chibi, still up and kicking and will be against a 1v2 situation. 1v1v2 situation. 3 teams remaining, and just like that, we are gonna be facing. I mean, Riley Esports, they have the advantage in numbers. Dre, that's Dre. Dre will be taken out, and definitely they might get the win because one player from Riley Esports going in for a push, and Riley Esports getting the W, second W on the series, round number 3.
Impressive feed by Riley Esports regarding the back-to-back victory royale. First in Blackout, now in Isolated, and man, they're dominating this series really hard, and it's really they really proved themselves to be really tough competition because we have these guys going for placements, not to mention the kills as well. Look at this, Colicx, the power we're seeing on our screens right now.
Yeah, I mean, Riley Esports, our super team, definitely on fire on our round number 2 and round number 3. Let's see if they would be able to maintain that one, because definitely that will be a back-to-back win on our series tonight. But then again, just a quick information for our viewers, for the miners, they will still be having a second chance, because again, sorry for the information a while back, but again, for miners, this is a double elimination. So if you had a very cheeky gameplay on our first day, you can still prove yourself on the lower brackets. That will be we will be still confirming that one later on, Redman.
So yeah, it actually comes to show that minors is a proving ground to see if you're deserving on getting on to the higher stage of things. And speaking of which, we'll see here how our teams will manage. And so far, Riley has the advantage here because they're really putting up some serious numbers, and it's gonna be serious competition if TNC wants to catch up. And my forecast is they have a huge lead in the leaderboards. So yeah, we're gonna wait and see here. And yeah, Colicx, any final thoughts on the third match?
I mean, third match was on fire. I mean, I'm so mind blown. Still looking forward to the teams to at least catch up on to our leaderboards. But then again, round number 4 will be coming up next. So stay tuned as we will be having a very, very short break. Again, this is Colicx Gaming, Redman Gaming. More actions will be coming up next.
You come from behind. Now you see me rise.
Kasi bertemu dengan Redman. Cuba untuk mendapatkan serangan. Berlawan oleh Lazy tapi Sami sekarang ni.
ตอนนี้ตัดลิเวอร์ไปเพราะว่า
You
Fury. Nag-abang ang dash, step back. Save itong muna kasi may sabon to para pakisarap. Wala na ulit si Tapisa, miss ka na niya.
ตอนนี้ตัดลิเวอร์ไปเพราะว่า
You come from high. Now you see me rise.
Save itong muna kasi may sabon to para pakisarap. Wala na ulit si Tapisa, miss ka na niya.
ตอนนี้ตัดลิเวอร์ไปเพราะว่า
You come from high. Now you see me rise.
And we're back here to Zero to Hero Minor Season 3, produced by Paramount Gaming Esports. I'm the one and only Fulalala to Tarantados Redman, and they have with me the legendary Colicx Gaming. And we just ended our third match of the evening with back-to-back win from Riley Esports, with TNC winning the first one. And Riley Esports are gunning for their third straight victory. Is going to be in blackout first-person perspective as well. So, Colicx, what are your thoughts?
I mean, we haven't seen something like this. I mean, all of our leaderboards, we always see AMT Prime, Vagabonds Esports always getting into the top. But now, it's a very different story. Seeing Riley Esports gunning out all of the teams right now on our leaderboards for these matches. But let's see if they could still continue, or they could still manage to get the number one spot until the very last round that we have. But before that one, we will be seeing the leaderboards for this match. Let's see if Riley Esports will be going very, very far from other teams from top number 2, because definitely getting the W on round number 3 and the round number 2 will really boost them up.
So I'm actually anticipating that the leaderboards will show a huge lead with Riley Esports given the back-to-back doubles. So yeah, as we wait for the leaderboards to show up,
there you go.
There it is. Riley Esports dominating with 83 points. And look at this. It's very interesting because they've hit the 50-point mark on their kills with 52 and their placements with 31. Almighty Prime on second with 24 placement points, 27 kills, and a total of 51 points. The THC Esports BLACKFYRE, they're the third place, and we are experiencing some technical error that we're seeing the
Yep.
lobby. My bad right there, our bad right there us on us. But yeah,
Yep.
we're gonna go enter our leaderboards and Colicx. What do you think of our top 6?
Going into top number 4, we have Team TDC Esports racking up 37 points, 2 points, and they could grab the third spot from the side of BLACKFYRE. But so we need to see BLACKFYRE really do great on their strategies, or they might be going down into the leaderboards. But then moving into spot number 5, fifth spot that we have CB1 Esports made your worst nightmare, Pulang Araw, having the top number 6 with the 36 points. I mean, 39, 37, 36, 35, 33 coming in from our teams. They're not so far away with the points. So definitely we might see a different spotlight for our teams for the next upcoming rounds. But then again, we need to put some efforts, because definitely round number 4 will be the second to the last chance of our teams, of our players, to get a lot of kill points to their names.
Now let's just remember this number in our heads going in to the 4th match. Riley Esports sitting 52 kills. That's wild. And if they keep up this intensity and keep up this performance, there's not a doubt that they will hit the 100-point mark in this next match if they keep this up. But yeah, given to see that they're dominating really in the points wise. So, what are your thoughts on the other teams going ahead to Blackout once again for our 4th match this evening?
All right. I mean, Blackout. Looking again back to round number 2, we had a Blackout in there, and definitely Riley Esports, they managed to get the W on round number 2. But going back to round number 4, Blackout again, and definitely this will be on FPP. We might see another back-to-back win for the side of Riley Esports, since they've known so much of the map. They know where to rotate, they know who's gonna be jumping into this area, and they really know whose teams they going into for the match. But then again, let's see if AMT Prime, I'm still looking forward to AMT Prime and Vagabonds Nomads to at least get on to our top number 1 on our leaderboards. But then again, for some teams who are still trying to get a lot of kills, hopefully they could manage to at least rotate fast and win every gunfights that they will be having.
Now there will be teams after we're going after that number 1 spot Riley Esports is currently holding. So these teams will definitely go more aggressive. They have to not only get more of the kills, they have to guarantee themselves a placement. So having those two in mind, they need these desperately if they want to put out Riley Esports from the top of the throne, and because right now they're the kings of the hill. And it's gonna be hard because they have so much points to cover, because they're in a high place right now, and it might take more than one game for them to catch up on the immense lead Riley Esports is holding on to. So as we're setting up to go head to head to our Blackout, Vagabonds Esports, yeah, they're really known for being aggressive. So this will come into play, as well as Almighty Esports, the team you keep mentioning. So yeah, I do agree here that they're gonna amp up the aggression, but the question is, how aggressive will they be, and will this count for something?
Right, so jumping into round number 4, balancing the flight path from the asylum going into the Nuketown Island. let's see if players or teams right now will be scattered again, or are, I mean, we've seen the we need to see the corrections that we need to anticipate for the match, since we know who are we against with, and definitely jumping into blackout. Let's see if teams would still be able to jump into their locations. We have 4 teams jumping into the turbine area, and definitely let's see if another team in there will still be going out,
in this
since
video.
we've seen from round number 2, one team just get out of this area and definitely move on to another area. But then again, we have here CB1 Esports will be going in against another team and definitely gets the first heat of the game.
BLITZKRIEG, they're on the turbine as well, and they're the 1 out of 4 teams in this single location. Imagine this, your early game, you're gonna have to deal with 3 other groups vying for the same loot you want to go for, and now it's gonna be a difficult situation to be in. I mean, they've got their loot on, but the thing is, how are they gonna approach this? How are they gonna approach this engagement? He sees someone with N1 EBR is gonna go for the fire, and little did he know there's 2 people right there. He's charging, guns blazing with an N21 EBR and an assault rifle being fired with a Mac 10, and woo, gets 1 kill out of the bag right now. But he's gonna go inside a warehouse to find his next victim, and there you go, his next victim has been found, the Mac 10 as well. And jeez, man, this guy, the Grim Reaper of the early game, no mercy indeed, because they want this loot for all themselves, and they're not gonna let anybody take it. They're being selfish right now, and rightfully so, because it's every squad for themselves, and looks like he will just keep pushing and pushing until everybody from BLITZKRIEG is gone and just in dog tag form.
HILAS Esports doing the play on round number 4. Hopefully we could see more of that one later on until we reach on to the latter part of the match. But moving on to the Alpha TDC Esports, which is, I believe, still on to the top number 6 that we have. But we will be confirming that one later on. But then again, oh, not sure, but let's see, they had a step onto the top number 6, but right now they need to prove themselves on round number 4 and round number 5. But still going in for a push right now. Cubic team, we have AUXILIARUS Esports trying to look for, trying to hunt down the players of TDC. But then again, another player coming from TDC is down, and we are, if I'm not mistaken, we are balancing our players to 3v3.
Just fiddling on the roof right now, and they're just trying to compete with just these people right now. Ooh, he finds somebody right here, takes a shot, scares him away though. But it's gonna be enough to alert everybody that there's somebody on the rooftop, and it's TDC Esports going head to head with their guys in green. Oh, he just went down just like that, just zipped right through, and just like that, he's down by the trap as well and got thirsted of the kill. Meanwhile, we have this unfortunate fellow who is only armed with a 1911 MW11, so he's gonna have to make a judgment call: flee the scene or play with the dog tags. And well, I think it's kind of obvious what he's gonna try and do. He's gonna try and rotate here and get himself to a better position, because he has a pistol and a Mac 10 to worry about, and not much good on the loot wise. So just he will try to go for the revival, and yeah, try to live out getting some loot for them to go to the mid game.
Yeah, I mean that's very a disadvantage for the side of, if I'm not mistaken, that is AUXILIARUS Esports. But we will be moving, we will be looking forward on to that team later on as we move on to letter M. We have SHOOTERDIES PH right now going for a push, trying to sweep out players coming in from CB1 Esports. But let's see who will be taking the win on this spot, because one player from letter M, SHOOTERDIES PH, will be down, and one player will be trying to get out, and definitely Team W, CB1 Esports, looking for blood in there, and one player coming from SDPH. This could be a very tough one for you.
There's a little bit of correction there. Letter M is actually on NRX Nehemiah, but no
Oh.
worries about that. Hunger Games District 11, Kratos is actually on top of the bridge right now, and it seems that he's doing an unusual strat here by using the water to his advantage because you have no cover right there if you're being charged at with some bullets. So it's kind of a dangerous place, but I think it's the best option for him right now to be under the roof like a troll. So it will work out fine for him, but we'll go see another squad right now. Oh, he got taken down at PKM, and it seems that it's gonna be it seems going that our Yankees our CB1 Esports they go do fine for themselves right now, and I believe this is SIGRA. Is it SIGRA Esports? Correct me if I'm wrong about that, but yeah, they have an engagement right now, and they're trying to look for more targets to kill, but so far they're just focusing on the perimeter.
Focusing onto the perimeter indeed, and that's what we need to see to all of our teams who is still up and kicking on this match, since I mean that's another way to be focused on to all of the sides of the map as they move forward. These teams that you are seeing on the screen as they move forward, hopefully I mean, they will be facing another team. Not quite sure what team is that from Purple One. But then again, let's see if they could rack up a lot of kills, because right now they have 8 kills. Not sure if that's 8 kills. It's still blurry on my side, or 1 kill. But then again, for the side of Vagabonds, is this Vagabonds Nomads? Not sure. They are on to top number 4, and still trying to locate players from this open field, Redman.
There's still quite a number of people still alive on the island, but hey, it doesn't. It's a little early to tell to what extent they're gonna go for, and we're gonna go see here our reigning champion for the past 2 games, Riley Esports, and they're being bombarded by bombs, and which I believe is from a jackal on the air, but it seems that they're trying to vie for the supply drop with their customized weapons, so it's gonna be a risk worth taking, because there's really strong value in having customized weapons in a battle royale where there's a lot of degree of uncertainty and RNG involved. So having something secure and having something constant, it really does help ease the burden of the randomness of the nature of battle royale. So there's a car zipping by right here, trying to take some damage here with the AK-47, but we'll decide to go for the heal first with the armor. And as we saw here, by their backside, there's a squad on top of a hill. So there's another area of concern where the FHJ tries to get a pick on the car to no avail just now, but that's okay. It's enough to scare them away. But this is, I believe, the AXP Esports Wrath on the hill right now, and it seems that they're just trying to pick their targets and figure out where they're gonna go next.
Where they want to go next, because moving on to letter, I guess that's E, but moving on to another team right now. This is ATLAST. Okay, ATLAST right now will be against another team, but here comes the quick hipfire gameplay coming from ATLAST. Unfortunately, with the rewind from the opposing team, really great job in there trying to get out of the area and cancel the shots being fired from the other opposing team. But now W, if I'm not mistaken, hopefully I'm right, at CB1 Esports on the move, just trying to be still and trying to be passive on their gameplay.
Correction again, that's actually W is on Hunger Games District 11 Kratos. Yeah, forgive us for our mishaps. It's kind of a strange day for us, but hey, it's okay. But we're here, and we're here. So now let's go into the fields, and it seems that they just survived an engagement, so they're gonna be fine for now. And no particular threat is there, but yeah, let's go ahead into our next squads of guys. They're safe as well, gathering some loot here, and at this point in time in the match, they have work They have decent loot for them to play aggressive or passive, depends on what they want. They have a squad on their left side. That's gonna be AXP Esports Wrath on the high ground. So it's a matter of decision and confidence if they want to take this fight, because they have a good advantage point. They have a good advantage. AXP has an advantage point, so they're gonna have to consider the high ground retakes and the possibility of being third party. It's another concern as well. So yeah, it looks like they're gonna vie for the patience play, and I think that's a good call for them.
Good call for them indeed. But as we move on to another team, just trying to look in, trying to get some resources from the firing range. But then again, no engagement happening in to all of the teams into the battlefield. But right now, I guess they have seen or they've heard one footstep in there from another team. But let's see if they would be able to get that kill, because last final player, just getting there you go, trying to connect those shots. But here comes the I forgot what's this, but there you go with the I forgot, Redman.
The snowboard.
Snowboard, yeah, snowboard. My goodness, how can I forget a snowboard trying to get out of this area, and definitely successfully gets out. But here comes another player of another team with the tank gameplay. Let's see if he will be pulling out the potential of the tank having a one-hit kill for this match.
This is the first time I'm seeing a tank being utilized in the minors so far, and there's big advantages and big disadvantages on a tank. Let's point out the obvious. It's really slow, and you're gonna be really prone to your SMRSs, FHJs, and you're gonna be surrounded very easily. But on the upside, you have explosives. You have a gun that virtually never runs out of ammo, so that's kind of a strong suit for them, and not to mention a little bit of a bit on the strong side on the HP. So yeah, that's something to consider, but you're essentially sitting duck to use a tank in this high level of gaming. But yeah, let's see here. TNC BLACKFYRE on here trying to get some loot, and they are surrounded by 3 squads right now, but no engagement so far. There's a little bit of distance between them, and it seems that they're going to be fighting each other quite soon. Just playing default for now, preparing for the war that's about to come up, and looks like the war has arrived in their doorstep quite conveniently. They're gonna go for the push right now. Riley Esports staying some strong, and meanwhile, you have 4 squads in this whole vicinity, and it seems that's gonna get ugly real quick once they figure out that there are 2 separate individuals camping out in 2 separate buildings, hoping for the best that they don't get caught in Riley Esports Wrath.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Not quite sure what's happening on my screen. It's quite glitchy on my side. But then again, I mean, for players who are still up and kicking, if I'm not mistaken, 16 teams still up on our battlefield, and not much of engagement. Hopefully we could see those engagement later on our latter part of the game, and definitely give us a great show for the match. We haven't seen so much with the Jackal, unlike the showdown. But then, I mean, this will be their chance to give us a great show, Redman.
They are really giving us a great show, because look at this. It seems that the chaos has already arrived as more and more teams converge in a smaller zone right now, and looks like somebody came from the revive flight, but he has no idea of the violence he will witness once he touches down here in the ground. And it seems that although they're gonna get the loot from the fallen comrade, Caleb was taking out with a Jack 12, and Riley Yang as well was taking out as well. So it's gonna be a difficult spot, and looks like NEHEMIAH, he's just gonna stand here in the building. But now we're gonna head into the fields, crawling their way out, hopefully getting an end to this, because there's more and more people coming in and more troubles on the air. FXJ is gonna go scoping out right now. He tried to take a shot, but it didn't quite reach the vehicle he's trying to go for. He will recuperate with his team right now, just reunite a little bit, and see here what they can do next. Now, there's 42 left, 42 people left in this map, and the game is the zone is shrinking and shrinking. But there are so much people here on the island left that more of the war will soon unveil here right now.
Veil indeed, and right now as we move on to a very little circle, we are currently seeing this player going in for a push right now. Damages will be dealt in there, but no downs, no takedowns will intact on to this engagement. But now team, if I'm not mistaken, this is Team W, will still be trying to wait for the opening, or trying to wait for the players to come into their house. But still a great move. If I'm not mistaken, they have 12 kills in total, but one player, little that they know, there is a one player from the rooftop, and they need to take that out.
Man, okay, everything now is going mayhem, no man's land indeed, and looks like they're gonna have to veer away, step back a little bit from the thick of the fight, just to, you know, re-engage themselves. But but on the way there, they're gonna run into more people, dodges them by a hair. It could have gone badly real quick, but they decided to go, you know, to the right side for the safer side, and now looks like they're gonna go settle into the house. But there's another squad right there, just right next door. They're not. Oh, I don't think they're aware of it yet, because although they're trying to go for some dangerous territory, they're trying on dangerous territory right now. And let's go back here to another squad. This squad is actually in the middle of the war zone. So we see here a jackal smoking. But it's gonna be dangerous for that violet right now. But let's see here how they manage the situation. I think it's interesting to see that some squads opt to play passive on this, and some opt to play aggressively and proactive with this. So, Colicx, what do you think? Which strategy will win here?
I mean, the pressure is on, since you know that there's a lot of players going into this area, and definitely we are seeing a rainbow colors everywhere. And definitely if you'll be playing onto this ground, I mean for me it's very pressuring, but you need to be focused on what you need to do, because right now stacking up a lot of players, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, if I'm not mistaken, 7 teams are going in for a fight, and we will be seeing a lot of actions coming into this one.
The action's already unfolding right now, because it's happening. It's just that a matter of minutes where the bullets will whiz, but not we just missed it for a little bit. But hey, it's okay, because I can't even count how many colors I'm seeing on the minimap, because there's a lot. But damn, there's a lot of things. We're going to Riley Esports. We're going for the armor play here, but no way. Got knocked down with a back 10, and he's gonna be diving down here to offer some support for the Jack 12. Shots to be fired, and ooh, he gets a kill right there, and gets the knockdown and swipes it out. And that was gonna be a huge one, as he got 2 kills from that bout. Now, meanwhile, inside this warehouse, people are trying to storm in. They're defending this with their life, going for their last stand. And man, they're sealing the entryways very well with this. You know how much the showering of bullets, just we're not able to enter the warehouse that they're trying to. But with that pressure, good defense by them, and looks like they're gonna have to rotate anyway, because the zone got the best of them. It's behind them right now, and shots at me from the QQ9, and gets to avail one of the XP guys just got knocked down, and he's gonna go for the armor play, go for some, you know, some magic right now, go for some transport, some teleport, and now go back to Riley Esports. They have the high ground and 21 EBR at hand, and they have Hunger Games District 11 Kratos on their crosshair.
Oh, but there you go with the grenades coming in from Riley Esports. They have the great spot in there, as the zone will be coming in he has the vision, the visual of the players will be trying to get into the safe zone, but unfortunately for Watts will be taken out in there, and here comes the backup coming in. But no, I mean CA players onto the open field with the M21 will be trying to connect in there. Riley Esports still standing on to their grounds, and definitely for the side of Tarantados and the AXP, I believe this will be a very tough one for them, since Riley Esports, they just need to wait for the players from the opposing teams to get out on the area and get into the safe zone. But there you go. Riley Esports, they will now be going in for a pitch. And Caleb just taken one. Unfortunately, Caleb will be taken out by ALMGHTY. But there you go. Still Riley Esports back-to-back win on our series.
Incredible feat by Riley Esports. Not only they win once, they won not twice, 3 times in a row. That's blackout, isolated, and blackout once again. That's insane. Triple, baby, and that's gonna be a flex for everybody here, because they are serious competition, and not a doubt they've already hit the 100-point mark at this point. That's guaranteed because of how powerful the performance was. And wow, just wow! I still can't believe the fact that Riley Esports was able to go for the 3. And now and it's possible that they can go for the 4 if they keep this momentum up in the next match. Just wow.
I mean, Riley Esports on fire, and very hard to catch up on this point on our leaderboards. And definitely, we will be looking forward to that team later on to our finals of the minors. But then again, Riley Watts with the 2 kills, 6 kills from Yang, 3 kills coming from Kotaro, and definitely Caleb on fire with the 10 kills in the game.
Okay, let's put the math in here. 21 kills for Riley Esports.
Plus
That's
15.
how that plus 15. And okay, I got confused for a second right there, but the point still stands is that they've done a 20 bomb here in the fourth game, and I'm just in awe, because not only did they win in kills, they also won in placements, and they just hoist themselves higher and higher into the scoreboard. And it seems that it's safe to assume that most of our teams will just play for the top 6, because top 1 is a tall order given the fact that the Riley Esports really put the bar so high.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, teams from the lower teams from the leaderboards, they need to pursue that thing that we need to come up a great strategy in order for them to at least cope up with the strategy from Riley Esports and to the rest of the teams who is really doing great on the game. But then again, round number 4 is done. I believe that's round number 4, Redman.
Yes,
round number 4 is done. We are gonna be jumping into round number 5 later on, and definitely, I mean, this is a fight on rankings, top second rankings on our leaderboards, because definitely Riley Esports will still maintain their top spot and definitely have a build up their points on our leaderboards. But then again, more actions will be coming up next as we move on to round number 5. Again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Colicx Gaming and Redman Gaming, your host and showcaster. We will be right back.
You come from light. Now you see me rise.
Kasi tumulong na rin eh. Sa bunto ka na pakita.
You come from light. Now you see me rise.
Save tumulo na rin eh. Sa bunto ka ng pakisarado. Wala na ulit. Hindi tapis. Miss ka rin.
ตอนนี้ทำลิเวอร์ไปเพราะว่า
You come from light. Now you see me rise.
Save tumulo na rin eh. Sa bunto ka ng pakisarado. Wala na ulit. Hindi tapis. Miss ka rin.
ตอนนี้ทำลิเวอร์ไปเพราะว่า
You come from light. Now you see me rise.
Introan mo na.
Hello, everybody! And yes, I will do the intro. Thank you, Colicx. Welcome to Zero to Hero Minor Season 3. This is by Paramount Gaming Esports. Hey, it's me, Redman Gaming, and I have here with me the legendary Colicx Gaming. And that's a little recap of what happened tonight. The first match, an isolated TNC. The second, the third, the fourth. Riley Esports took it home, vying for their fourth win right now. And Colicx, what can you say about this?
I mean, Riley Esports playing it tactical, playing it smart every time they jump into the battlefield. They know how to rotate, they know where to position, they know who to contest with, and definitely that gives them a W on every each round of our series, and now they still have the potential. They still have the momentum. Getting the W on round number 5, and definitely, if that will be happening, I mean, we will not be surprised anymore. But then again, round number 5, round number 6 will be coming up next, and definitely we will still be looking forward from other teams to cope up with the strategies, cope up or leveled up their gameplay, their A game onto the next upcoming matches.
Well, it's gonna be safe to say that more of our teams right now are gonna be more they're more what's the okay that's what's the word motivated to keep pushing further because of the strong performance Riley is right now. So I don't think these teams have time to get demoralized because of this one. I think they're gonna be more motivated than ever to get Riley Esports out of the top spot because everybody's competitive. These guys, they're competitive as heck. So there's not a doubt in my mind that they will bring out the more of their skills here in the next match. This is gonna be the 5th match here in Isolated, going back to first person perspective. Now that they're kind of used to the perspective they're using because the whole time they're using FPP.
Yeah.
I think that they're gonna be more warmed up than before, and
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be putting those serious skills to good use.
Yep. I mean, let's see, because right now with the leaderboards that we have, Riley Esports hopping onto our 100-point mark on to the total points, 119 points, very far from our second team on the leaderboards, which is TDC Esports with a 56, Almighty Prime 3 points ahead from TDC Esports with the 53, CB1 Esports main with the 2 points. They need 2 points to reach out with the TNC, Almighty Prime with the 51 points. We have Your Worst Nightmare Pulang Araw with the 50 points, and Hunger Games with the 48. And definitely, we will still be seeing a lot of actions since points wise it's not very far from each other, and definitely we will be seeing the more actions coming into round number 4, round number 5, round number 6 later on. Redman.
Look at his lead. Riley Esports was saying themselves 119, and then the next one, the second placer is at 56. So, what a feat there. What a performance and show of dominance they're really putting right here. And ultimately, so it's more of a fight for second place right now because with 2 matches remaining, it might be hard for TDC Esports, Almighty Prime, and everybody else to try beat the number 1 spot. So, being more realistic, I think they're gonna go for the second spot. And TDC Esports, they're not gonna let anybody take that second place from them. So, Almighty Prime with 53, as you said, and it seems that everybody from the top 6 has already surpassed the 50-point mark, except for Hunger Games District 11. But I think they're gonna catch up with here because they're doing quite well right now and being consistent. Yeah, it's really clear that TDC Esports, Almighty Prime, CB1, and Pulang, the YWN Hunger Games, they're the most consistent ones. So yeah, let's see how they're gonna deal with this 4th match.
4th match indeed, and definitely we are talking about the classic. We are talking about the isolated FP. No, not FPP. It's TPP, and definitely let's see if BLACKFYRE of TNC would be able to take the W, get their second W on this match, because definitely they prove us a lot of potentials coming from match number 1, that they've got the W in there, and hopefully they could get back onto their momentum, trying to get the W again on match number 4. But then again, we've seen also a lot of potential coming from other teams on our list right now. But then let's see, because Riley Esports, they've they are on a back-to-back, so back win on our series, and definitely they are we might see them again to get the W, get the win on round number 5. That is still possible since they have the momentum, they have the guts, they have the A game, and definitely as we jump into round number 4 or round number 5 rather, New Vision City going into the ski town, and definitely we are having a quite balanced flight path, and definitely we might see a very scattered players or teams that will be jumping in here.
So it's gonna be interesting to see that. I think there's two squads going into the new location, New Vision City. So they're gonna go adjust to that, and it's a little too early to tell because not all squads have been landing yet. But so far, it's more on just doing their own thing. Try to get as much loot as you can for the early game, and hopefully, get the best one possible. And it's actually by chance, it's actually by chance, if I might add. So yeah. Let's go into our A3. That's gonna be TDC Esports. We're gonna go head to head with one of the squads here, and that's gonna be, I believe, HILAS Esports Generals. So they're gonna go share their loot, but I don't think anybody wants to share here. TD gets one with AK-47. Starting for the double kill right now, and he tried to reload, recuperate that a little bit, but that's gonna go for the second kill for tonight. And there, man, oh man, he's just eating them alive for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and he's gonna eye for more people. He's gonna go clean up the kill on EPs and find his 2 last victims as HILAS Esports trying to struggle to survive with only 2 people left in the early game.
Struggle indeed for the side of HILAS Esports, and definitely they are out of round number 5. They need to push it up on round number 6 later on, because definitely on the first running time of the game, 1 or 3 teams are out of this match. And checking onto our map from the sides, definitely teams are very scattered again. Just some teams are stacking up on one places, but then again, here comes another engagement from letter X against another team with the HS0405 will be against, and here comes the connection with the RPD, and now trying to get some push right now coming from Golden Goat, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely W right now. One player will be down, but another player will be traded out in there. But here comes a nade trying to go in there for SN. They need to push it up. One player will be here, will be heard right there with a footstep, but comes in Kim Hunt trying to hunt players with a hyper gameplay. Ult from HG will be down, and definitely gets an advantage on numbers. 2v4, 2v3 situation coming in for the mix, and definitely HGE just trying to get those dog tags, and they might get out of the engagement because definitely they are out of numbers.
Now Hunger Games District 11, they're scrambling for loot, right? They're scrambling a little bit because of the immense power cartel sinners have shown them, and now they have the high advantage. Shots to be fired right now. They're trying to go eliminate the whole squad on their own. I think they can do it because they had a high advantage. They one knockdown, and the last guy remaining, he's in trouble right now. Hunger Games gets one on it, but it's just man advantage now. Just the man advantage, and he's gonna go up the hill with a BY-15. Try to get some angles right now, and he's gonna so far retreat a little bit. And he's against 2 people, and now what? Wow! That's just unexpected. A turn of events. Hunger Games actually survived this bout, eliminating cartel sinners from this hillside. Insane play by Hunger Games by surviving this. Oh man, I have a loss for words.
I mean, insane indeed. We have seen cartels having the advantage on numbers, but then again, coming in with the aggressiveness and the smart play for the side of of Hunger Games definitely win the game. But moving on to another team, we have TDC again will be against another team from letter M. This, I believe, is NRX NEHEMIAH 69. Definitely they are jumping in against TDC, which is our top number 2 on our leaderboards. But let's see, because Beko will be taking one player from NRX 69, that's Wise, and definitely for the side of TDC, they need to get out and revive their teammates, because 35 seconds remaining before the revival flight coming in. And definitely for the side of TDC, they're outnumbered. But then again, for the side of NRX 69, no push, no extending is coming in. But then NRX 69 Wise has been taken out right there, and that will be a quadra kill. Just like that for TDC, earning up 8 kills on to our first running time of the game.
Oh man, NRX really just got trampled over by TDC Esports right now, because they were fighting for the loot in this location, but it seems that TDC wanted this more, and yeah, it's gonna be for them +4 to their name in kills wise, but actually there's a jackal running over on the skies right now. But let's go into our Romeo squad. It's gonna be your worst nightmare. Pulang ARAW. Gunfire is gonna be heard right now. Boya Bobby was in trouble, but oh man, he got knocked out with a killer 1-for-1. Golf squad. That's gonna be our golf squad. That's gonna be Boya Esports Echo and man oh man, Mumu Kid will go pursue Boya Bobby from the rooftop. That's gonna be fine, but Boya Bobby gets the best of him with a kill 1-for-1. Aika will go for the rescue as he's trying to go up the stairwell and go to the second floor, but Bobby's already on the floor. He might go for the thirst of the kill. Mumuki just crawling away from the trouble, and Aika is there to support him, closing the door for privacy and get for the revive fight. But Bobby is gonna go for, while the downtime is there, he's gonna go for the revive flight, but he's on the roof right now. He just has to survive. So more of Boya will come down to this location and help him. And although it was too late for him, it's okay because the revive light came through and Boya will still live in this match.
Boya, we've seen so much potential with the team, and right now, as AXP wipe them out, here comes another contestant, which is AMT, I believe, and we've known them so much, and right now AMT trying to push out AXP, Aika, and the rest of the players of AXP out of this area. But moving on to Riley Esports, Riley Esports super team, proving us that they are the super team on this leaderboards. Will be against letter I, that's KINGPINS on the mix into the harbor area, and definitely trying they had the loadouts on their hands, and definitely that will be boosting their confidence in terms of gunfight. But if you're KINGPINS, will you be able to take down Riley Esports so that you have the loadouts that you need, Redman?
I hear trouble because there's a chopper in the area, but thing is there's nowhere to be found. But it's gonna spell trouble for KINGPINS Esports PYRO, because they're literally fighting for the supply crate with the guys who just literally came off with a 3-peat win. And looks like someone's gonna join the party. TDC Esports came from above and go for the supply drop. Oh man, it's gonna get messy real quick. But the thing is, they're gonna have to assess the situation first, if they're willing to commit to this fight or maybe just back away. But I think from the gunshots I'm hearing right now, TDC Esports, they're trying to get the jackal down, because CB1 Esports having control of the air, it's gonna be dangerous territory for them. So what they could do is get the loot, pull back as fast as they could before Riley Watt sees you. He's with Edward on EBR, and Chaos is shooting right now here in the docks, and they're all in the high ground. But Mako and the company lands as well. They're gonna be fall to prey to Watts if they peek at the wrong second at the wrong time.
For TDC, great for them contesting against the top number 1 of our leaderboards. But then again, one player is down. Dex trying to call out for his teammates, but here comes another with the motorcycle. Unfortunately, no push right there coming from KINGPINS, but here comes the shots coming in from Watts with the M21 on hand. Unfortunately, no takedowns will be intact in there for the side of letter A. Still, they need to push it up more and definitely try to contest against Riley Esports. Who's gonna be the king for this match? Because SDPH will be against EB1. Kim Sun will be going down, and we have one player remaining, if I'm not mistaken, Otis from the side of C8 or CP1 Esports, and now we'll be facing a lot of players. But here comes the engagement, and SDPH Flux just flushes player from the CP1 Esports.
Oh man, there's more people coming in because one of the guys from CB1 just zipped past by from the Evans, and I think they're well aware of where SHOOTERDIES PH is positioned at. And oh man, that's huge! That is huge! Jackal play scared them a little bit, but it will just leave him unfazed because Flux actually didn't get a scratch from that, but that was kind of enough warning shots to know that someone is on air watching your every move. Shy Cutie and Dwayne will go into the hillside and go for the fix, and they see Luraj on below right there. And let's go into our hotel squad, Vagabonds, Esports, and Nomads, and now they're clearly on the verge of an all-out war with Almighty Prime behind them, and I think they're from the direction they're trying to go for. I think they're trying to get more spaces between them as possible and try to pick for long range, because it's interesting because ADB Shiva's on them, so they maybe take off Shiva and worry about the guys at their back.
Definitely not quite sure if Vagabonds Nomads has the information that there are a lot of players from the back, but right now prioritizing getting the loots, getting the loadouts. This might be a leveled up gameplay for the side of Vagabonds Nomads, and definitely a problem for the side of letter S. Not quite sure, I forgot what team is down, but then again, for the side of Vagabonds Nomads, they will be against another team right now. We have Virus overextending onto this area, and definitely having the rewind, that may be a great strategy for the team, since you will be spotted by a lot of players, but then again, having those rewind class that just gives you a great advantage for your team to get some information. But then again, here comes the push for the side of Vagabonds and Nomads, and still trying to get some informations where to push in, because right now Virus just seen one in there for the side of letter N. Unfortunately for another player from Vagabonds Nomads will be down, and now another team, another player coming in for the mix with the Jackal on hand. But then again, Vagabonds Nomads still going in for the takedown. Virus is taking one in there, and letter N, they are going down one by one.
One by one, they fall like dominoes right now, because it seems it's clear who will be the alpha. It seems that Vagabonds really did get that, really stood their ground, and now they're being hit by sniper shots. They're not quite sure where it came from, but they're gonna have to go dodge it a little bit, as they're in a scary position right now. They're all below here, and kind of a search party going on here. Let's go into the thick of the fight. There's 1, 2, 3 squads in this location, and it's not gonna be an easy place to be in, because there's a 3-way fight, and you're not quite sure how many people are over there. And Max 10 out, shot to be fired. Esports gets one. Cloudy's out of the game for now, and man, oh man, it's getting really, really hard in here. Dre gets one with the EBR. Chibi gets one with the Jack 12 Peggy, and man, TDC Slash gonna go head for it, go for the ninja rope, and he's gonna go see Quasi quite too. He's trying to climb the wall. Jack got the best of him. He was too fast. The gun was too fast for him to react as he was trying to scale the wall. No man, the Jack 12 just faster than lightning. Dex and Lance going in for the loot, and yeah, they live to see another day, and looks like they were stronger than the ones who were there originally.
TDC just on fire on that match, eliminating AMT Prime. But then again, moving on to AXP, another potential we've seen coming from this team. But now, one player coming from their team is down, and they are definitely against AOB, Academy of Brothers, which is, I believe, 2 players remaining coming from their team. But now, no movement so far for the side of AOB. And we are currently seeing Janray, hopefully got your name right, from AXP, just roaming around, trying to locate, trying to get some information from afar. And definitely one player from H, from the hotel squad. I guess that is Vagabonds, Nomads. Not sure why are you going in solo on this area, which we can see a lot of players coming in. But here comes the nade. No damage with the nade, but here comes Selena with a rewind class. This, mind-blowing, but here comes another engagement. Unfortunately for Selena, will be taken down right there. Again, players just utilizing the use of Jack 12 and the SMRS coming in from January. Unfortunately, no damage will be dealt in there. Will be against Vagabonds, Nomads, Our Kings from Garena. Unfortunately for Easer, will be taken out in there. But here comes another AOB Shiva. You might be seen in there and will be taken out. But Ryujin, will you be able to get on along with this pressure? There's a lot of players. There's a lot of teams getting into those engagements, Redman.
25 boots on the ground, 11 squads still added in the game, and looks like it's going to be a war waiting to be happen because looks like XP Esports is surrounded by a quite handful of squads. Just ahead of them is actually BLITZKRIEG, and behind them it's going to be Vagabonds, and on to the right side it's going to be U-Channel Golden Goat. So it's more of a playing for picks, and I see more and more squads going in. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 squads in this small area, and now they're gonna have to pick their targets quite carefully. So I think since they have the high ground, they have the liberty to choose which one they'll pursue, and so far they haven't made the decision yet. But let's go into Hunger Games 11 KRATOS. You see somebody really tries to be fine with the end toward EBR. It goes out for a little bit to get out of the challenge for now, but looks like Vagabonds are retaking the high ground, and looks like they have to make a move fast. They can't lose the high ground. If they lose the high ground to Vagabonds, it might be over for them. So now Albs and company will need to make the push, but they have to time it correctly, because exposing themselves to that angle will leave them vulnerable to more people in the area, because it's stacked right now. It's really stacked. So Crayons will go with a company, will go in below the bridge for a while, eyeing out the heavens, and sees nobody. Wait, Raijun is right there. The crosshair is on him. He hasn't shot yet, but he's trying to get it calmly and gets him out done. He's toast with the N21 EBR. He was playing stagnant for too long, and Kratos was able to get an angle on him. Cheeky angle, got the kill, and looks like Vagabonds is down by 1 guy.
Vagabonds is down 1 guy on their team, but let's see if he can still manage to get the W on, or at least get a lot or decent kills for this match, since they have the high grounds. And now seeing the aerial view, AXP just holding on to their ground, TDC from behind. That may be the disadvantage for the side of AXP if ever they will not be going in for a push. But right now, Mel going in for those overextension, and definitely gets a kill against TDC. Slash going out to the area, and now he will be trying to push it forward and eliminate players coming from AXP. Will you be able to clutch this one? 1 is down, 1 more to go. Let's see, with the Jack 12 on hand, NK will be the last man standing for the side of AXP. Unfortunately, Slash will be slashed into our names on our list on this match. And right now, AXP trying to recover. Little did they know that a lot of teams from their front, from their view, is now going in for those engagements.
As more and more squads go into the small area, it's getting more difficult for our teams here to breathe and get some room around it. But now is the time. Now is the time to be aggressive, because you have everybody you want to take out in the lobby. Right here in the small lobby, Mel getting some stuff to the Jack 12, and good! But he got down by Bruce with a trade-off, and now he's gonna go for the thirst of the kill. Mel is out of the game right now, but now AOB Shiva is on the corner. He's gonna play for the Storm right now, and he's gonna move with it. He wants to move in and use it as a weapon for himself and as a lep and squad. 9 souls alive here in the ship, and it seems it's gonna be a power struggle right now because we have here Hunger Games with still a decent number to go around, and Alep all alone with the RPD, and he has to pray that he finds the opportunity to actually get out of the situation alive because his cover's not looking too good. It's really too small for him, and he's exposed to a few angles, and that's kind of concerning. But here's the thing: we have Mamart on his right side. He slithers out, and Bruce goes down. It's gonna be a 1v1v3 difficult position to be in, and Crayons and company has the man advantage. Alep will have to stay in the boulder for now, and it's as if their eyes are on CB1 Mamart right now. And that's gonna be it for Mamart, and it's a 1v3 situation. Alep with an RPD and the hope and dreams of his team with him, but it goes crashing down with AK-47. Alep cleaning up the win, and for the first time in 3 games, that's Hunger Games District 11 Kratos taking the win, ending Riley's win streak to putting it into 3 rounds. And wow, that's just the strength of Hunger Games picking up Riley from the top dog. I mean, they still have the top 1, but they're ending the streak. That's amazing.
That's amazing, and that's a big thing for the side of our winning team for round number 5, since we might see them on the leaderboards boosting their total points onto our leaderboards, and definitely cutting out what Redman said, cutting out the win streak for the side of Riley Esports. But then again, for the side of HGE being hungry with their games, being hungry with their gameplays, we have Jekok or Jokok. Hopefully I got your name right, with the 2 kills in there. Maui with the 5, 2 kills coming from Albs, and definitely Crayons with an 8 kills. So Redman, I mean, do you think that HGE will be able to go up on our leaderboards that we will be seeing later on?
So they end this 5th match with a good number of 17 kills, but it's kind of a tall order to say that they'll get top 1 because Riley is right now sitting on around 70 kills and good placement points from the 3 matches a while ago. So my best guess is they are in the top 6. Don't get me wrong, because they won this match, but I'm projecting maybe a top 2 or top 3 in the leaderboards, but we won't know for sure until we see it. But yeah, it's gonna be an exciting match, and the next one's actually gonna be the last for the series, and it will decide who will be our top 6 in the minors. It's gonna be in Blackout, first person perspective as well. So that's something you don't want to miss. Zero to Hero Minor Season 3. I'm Redman. His Colicx. We'll be right back after the short break, and see y'all.
You come from high. Now you see me rise.
Kasi bertemu dengan Redman, sebuntung dapat kita. Berlawan oleh si tepi sami sekarang ini.
ตอนนี้ตามทีมลิเวอร์ไปเพราะว่า
It's
Fly, napagsasayin yung Fury. At ako mo mag-dash, step pa. Save, tumudo na rin. Subunto ka lang pakisa. Wala ko na uli, si Tapisa, miss ka na niya.
Tao top river ไปพร้อมกัน
You come from behind. Now you see me rise.
Fly, napagsasayin yung Fury. At ako mo mag-dash, step pa. Save, tumudo na rin. Subunto ka lang pakisa. Wala ko na uli, si Tapisa, miss ka na niya.
ตอนนี้top river ไปพร้อมกัน
You come from behind. Now you see me rise.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Zero to Hero Miners Season 3. It is Colicx Gaming, and down here with me is Redman, your casters for tonight's event. And right now, we are jumping into our last and final match on to our series. But then again, checking on the leaderboards a while back, still Riley Esports gets the top number 1. But then let's see if there will be a lot of changes as we check on our leaderboards for round number 5 later on. But then again, Redman, how are you? I mean, what do you think could happen on round number 6?
So here's the thing. Riley Esports getting the second game, third game, fourth game. They solidified themselves in the top spot, but they have like a free a leeway on the fifth game because they didn't really finish strong as they did a while ago. So the top 1 spot could be in danger for them if they don't keep up the momentum they had in the second, third, and fourth game. So it's gonna be safe to okay. For now, I think that they're still in the top 1 spot. But given with the Hunger Games District 11's performance a while ago, it was really great. They're gonna at least go compete for the second spot, but we won't know for sure until we see the leaderboards that will be live quite soon.
Yep, and just wanted to point out, I'm really amazed, mind-blowing gameplay on fire for the side of TDC. We haven't seen them from different tournaments, community tournaments, or please correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen them on the majors and community tournaments, but then they are proving us a great potential getting up on the leaderboards that we have, and definitely contesting with the top teams, contesting with top clans now we have on our leaderboards. But then again, let's see, because leaderboards are up. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We still have Riley Esports with 125 dominating points on their names, and definitely TDC Esports is what I'm saying. They are overpowering some of our top teams on our leaderboards with an 82. Hunger Games catching up third placer with an 80 points, and definitely Vagabonds Nomads with a 75. CB1 Esports main with a 67. Your worst nightmare Pulang ARAW with a 62, and not quite sure what's happening. But then again, Almighty Prime on a 60 points on our 7th spot of the leaderboards, Redman.
It's curious to see that the first victor of our match here, TNC, is actually sitting on 9th place right now with 44 points to their name. So I think after the first match they kind of struggled on the overwhelming force that Riley showed, and not to mention Hunger Games getting the win from a while ago. So this is their last chance to actually make the top 6, and they really have to give their all and put that energy they showed us in the first match all the way to the last match. And as I said earlier, Riley Esports, yeah, still top 1, but they might be in danger if one of the teams below them actually make a strong performance. Although they have a big lead of 40 points, things can happen. Anything can happen on the last match, and this is the last chance these guys can go for the top 6, or if they really want that, the top 1 spot trumping out Riley Esports. So hey, let's see what's gonna happen, because I'm excited to see the last match.
Excited to see the last match as well, because definitely this will be the last chance for our players to prove themselves that they have the A game of the game in the game. But then again, if you're gonna be jumping into the top leaderboards that we have, you will be advancing to another stage that will be another level of excitement. Now we will be looking forward to. But then again, for the teams who will be not qualifying to our top 10, not quite sure how many teams will be getting into the upper bracket. But then again, there will still be another chance for the lower teams on the lower leaderboards that we have, will be fighting in against the teams from the lower brackets as well, on as we move forward on our days to the qualifiers. But then again, last and final round, isolated, and definitely this will be TPP again, and we might be seeing this will be the last chance. Since this will be the last chance, we might see a different strategy, maybe a passive one, in case you need some points, you need some placing points to add up on your total points. We might see passive, but then again, we need to see those aggressiveness, and definitely gets a win on your gunfights. But then again, Redman, what can you anticipate for the last and final match?
So I'm really expecting that some of the top 6 will play more passive to catch up on the points. But on the other side, on the flip side, there might be teams who will be more ambitious and be more confident in their gun skill, who will be more going for the aggressive approach. So what I'm projecting is the teams who are in the top 6 will more likely to be aggressive, and more likely to play for the bigger risks, because it's the last match anyway. They don't have much to lose, so if they get a top 6, great. But if they don't, I mean, they can tell themselves, okay, at least we tried. So the aggression will go, will be pressured towards the ones who are in the top 6, and maybe the top 6 will go more of the passive approach, meaning to say that they won't engage as much and try to protect their spot as much as they could. Now that we're gonna head into our match quite soon, so it's gonna be interesting here, because we're going back to Blackout, and Blackout, big map, more of the passive approach, and it might be easier for our top 6 to play passive because of how big the map is, and it might be extra pressure on our teams who aren't in the top 6, vying for top 6, to get the kills they need to get on top of the leaderboards.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But then since this is just the day number 1 of minors, we will still be seeing a lot of actions as we move forward on the next days of the minors, and we will be sorting out all of the teams, all of the players who are really doing great on their gameplays, basically. But then again, jumping into round number 6, here we go. Last hurrah for the teams, and definitely jumping into Blackout, starting off the plane into the hijack, going into the factory, and it goes down quite a scam. If you're gonna be jumping into Hydro Dam, you might be losing a little bit of time jumping into there. But then again, having a scam flight, we might see an early engagement from different parts of the area.
Whew, okay, looks like the Nuketown's actually housing one of the Jackals right now, and it seems that there's not one, but I think there's 2 squads on it, and I think one of the guys from Riley Esports decided to not take the risk because there's too much people in there and too much of a risk. So yeah, maybe it's veering away, and I think it's a good call. So we're gonna go into our TDC Esports. I think they're gonna land right now, and looks like they're settled in because just again, I think I don't know if it's coincidence, but it's always HILAS Esports as the early engagement in these fights. So we've seen success with TDC Esports taking out HILAS Esports early on, but only time can tell if they can do the same thing in the last match.
Yeah, but now different strategies might be coming in to this game, since HILAS Esports, we've seen them from round number 3 and round number 4 and round number 2 rather, same Blackout map, and they are jumping in different parts of the area. From the past round of Blackout, HILAS Esports, I believe they jumped into construction site against another team. If I'm not mistaken, that is Vagabonds Nomads. But now they are jumping in against AXP into the array, and now AXP, they are trying to get out of this area, and definitely Breezy with those aggression. NK will be falling down.
Oh man, that was kind of unfortunate. He was alone there, and he got ransacked by HILAS Esports. Quite unfortunate for that, but that's gonna be one kill to their name. And so go into our 66 against our November squad. Is gonna be ATLAST all the way from Thailand. It seems that Ragnarok 66 has the high ground. He's gonna go down for a little bit, and he has an LMG and what I believe is an RUS, if I'm not mistaken. But he sees somebody right here. They're all in this warehouse, and he's just waiting for the right moment to strike. Now he doesn't have much info on how many people are on the warehouse. He sees somebody where shots to be fired right now. He knows somebody's there. He just cracked him a little bit, and he's gonna go for the patient place again. If somebody peeks, he might get the angle and finish him out. But there's 2 people in there, Forest and company, so he's gonna have to wait it out and wait and see. Just patience if their November squad at ATLAST will go for the push. Now it's just about who will make the first move.
Who will be making the first move? But ATLAST, they are being strong on their grounds, just trying to wait for 66 to push in. But then again, number advantage for the side of ATLAST with a lot of angles to push in. But then again, one player from 66 is down, and this will be an opportunity for the side of ATLAST to push in. There you go, Sun from ATLAST doing a great advantage, great engagement right there. But Forest will be seeing, let's see if NEHEMIAH will be able to go in for a takedown as well. But unfortunately for the side of 66, quadra kill for the side of Sun, and we are seeing the light for the side of ATLAST.
Oh man, the fight's not over. Elite's Obsidian just actually landed near them, and they're gonna bypass for him a little bit, and looks like the vicinity is Cartels, Sinners. But let's go back to that play ATLAST did right there. The timing was priceless. The timing was good that he caught the revive and he got caught off guard. He can't really do much because there was a delay before you can shoot your gun after canceling the revive. So he took advantage of that, and wow, just wow, amazing thing. So let's go for a recap. At Riley Esports sitting on 119 points, and they're kind of the people to beat right now. So Papa Squad, that's gonna be Auxiliarus Esports got knocked down by a Quebec squad from U Channel Golden Goat, and it's gonna be mayhem indeed right now as more and more people, more and more bullets are raining down right now, and Shao will have to go distance themselves as they rewind on that, and he's gonna go for the revive of his teammate. And looks like they're going to play for default, play for info, and well, only time can tell what they will do next.
Yep, but AXL, he needs to go out. He needs to he needs to survive, because in 5 seconds the his teammate will be coming into the revive flight, and that will be an advantage for them if ever they will be aiming up for those placement points on our team, since this is the last chance for them to earn a lot of points. They need to survive at the very last part of the game, and that's what we are seeing onto this team right now. But then again, for the side of Golden Goat, great strategy for them, being strong on their grounds. But moving on to SDPH, they are now going in against letter F. Oh, they are going out of this area on an open area, and definitely this might be their disadvantage. But moving on to TNC, proving that they have the A game, and definitely no catch up like a mouse and a cat onto this area, because TNC, they will not be going in for a push or an aggressive push against the teams from letter L. Redman.
Okay, TNC Esports, they have a decision at their hands. Go north or go south, because either way there are people going at your ways. It's a matter of direction you're going to. It seems that they're gonna go for the zone play right now, and go for the vehicle, and go directly at the crossers of CB1 Esports. So is this the ideal play? No, but they have to deal with it because the zone is shrinking down on them, and after seeing Almighty Prime securing themselves a payout on the supply drop, and as more people converge here, behind them is your worst nightmare, PULANG ARAW. So let's just wait and see on what they're gonna decide. But Chibi and Dre are on the bike right now, and they're gonna go free the scene. KINGPINS with the PPSH going for the second kill, but he tried his best, but it didn't quite pan out as he got traded out by Dwayne, and he's behind the sedan now, and he has to really hope that Lurai will get to him in time before Pierre takes him out of the M4, and that's gonna be it for CB1 Esports, as it's been taken out by TNC CB1 as TNC takes him down, and looks like it's gonna be them going for alive. And yeah, we need to see another day. And well, Colicx, what can you say?
Good start for the side of TNC, being trying to put up their fire again into the game. But then again, moving into HILAS Esports, surprisingly, they are still up, because from the past rounds, they always get out of the game very, very early. But right now, Vagabonds, Nomads, we can see the aggression coming in to their team. But now, Calibay and the rest of the teams, Yeri. Oh, Calibay will be seen right there. One player remaining. Yeri, will you be able to survive this aggression coming in from Vagabonds, Nomads? But no. Another team will be going in for a contest. Tarantados will be joining into the mix. Let's see if they will be able to clutch it out against Vagabonds, Nomads, who is also catching up on our leaderboards. But right now, Ryujin trying to connect those shots. Unfortunately, no takedowns will be done. Ninja class will be put out in there. Travis from Tarantados. Let's see if he will be able to get out, because 2 players is looking for him. And this will be a very tough one for Trey Vons. And definitely you will be taken out by Easer from Vagabonds, Nomads, making it 6 kills on your name.
Ah man, Vagabonds Esports, they're just really dominant, and they really took advantage of the fact that HILAS Esports is pulling back towards the location that being construction site. Also, construction site is quite of a big one. It's only a matter of time where it will be found, and it looks like Vagabonds was able to find them in time, and it looks like ended them in their stakes here. And SIGRA trying to get an angle with FHJ on the Jackal, missed a few shots, and Jackal still continuing to terrorize everybody on the field. And looks like, okay, there's a rare play I'm seeing here. He's gonna go snowboard his way out and gonna go in to our Elite's Obsidian. He sees him in his crosshair, but he has to wait for somebody to back him up in case things go sideways. But he's gonna go for it anyway. He's gonna go for the information, go for the third-party tag, and as more and more squads go into the location of Elite's Obsidian, says, I smell trouble right now. I smell trouble in the air, and looks like Calm. Looks like Calm is trying to be calm in this situation because the Zola actually just caught up to them, and the amount of people in this location is actually concerning for them.
Yeah, definitely, because and not just the players into this area, because right now Vagabonds, Nomads, we are seeing those aggressive plays coming from their team, and they are up for blood right now. But Elites, they need to get into the safe zone, or else they will be dying. They will be dying outside. But now, moving into BLITZKRIEG from letter D will be against our Quebec team, which is the Golden Goat. Okay, so Golden Goat right now is on their way. Ebola will be going in for a push. Unfortunately for one player from BLITZKRIEG will be down. And right now, one player remaining. Alep from BLITZKRIEG will be trying to get out and survive. But then again, here comes the scope. Oh, connecting those shots. Will you be able to get out? Unfortunately, no. Texas will be putting him to the Texas on to the lobby. And definitely for the side of Golden Goat, they have 6 kills. But is that enough for you to get up onto our leaderboards? But then again, the game is not done. And we will still be seeing a lot of actions coming into the play.
And Golden Goat is all okay. They have the kills down. They just need to prioritize placement too, because they have a chance. Yeah, everybody's got a chance. It's just that how they play your cards, right? And it's given it's the final game, you have to go all out because it's the last chance you can actually put yourselves on the leaderboard. And well, if you didn't really do well here, it's okay. They have another chance in the day 2 in minors, but you gotta focus on the now. You gotta focus on the present. And the present right now is that Golden Goat is up ahead on TDC Esports, and just a little few notches, or a few clicks away is actually TRS. So now they have to decide which people are they pursuing, and I think they just made a choice. They're gonna go for TDC Esports right now, and they're in heaven. Texas has the high ground, and this TNC third-party this is gonna be a 3-way fight. It's gonna get ugly quite soon. And Lance right now, Lance in company with Maku, he's gonna have to bunch up here in this room. He's gonna go out right now, and looks like Slash and Dex, they're getting hits from a lot of sides right now. They have to choose which angle they protect because 2 squads are fighting on your position, and you have to make a choice fast. Which one would you go for?
Which one would you go for? But then again, TDC having the second spot on our leaderboards, we might see them win this match against the Golden Goat. And as you can see on our minimap, Golden Goat just get out of the perimeters for the side of TDC. But then again, as they go out, they will be facing the Academy of Brothers from behind. And right now, this might be a balanced gunfights for the side of a Golden Goat. But then again, for the side of AOB, they have the cheeky spot right now on an open field. And definitely, Nell will be taken out in there. Ebola pushing in right now with the snipers on hand. Pablo will be seen. Let's see if that scope will connect. Unfortunately, no takedowns will be done. But then again, players advantage for the side of Golden Goat, and this will be the right opportunity for them to push in and eliminate players coming from AOB. But unfortunately, TDC is from behind, going in for the aggressiveness as well.
Now this will be a war zone real quick because of the amount of people I'm seeing here. It's like 4 squads right now in the minimap. But now they have to really push up because Juliet squad, Academy Brothers Esports Python's already in the crosshairs of one of the guys from Quebec, so you challenge Golden Goat. And oh man, Ebola goes down. The N1 on EBR, so Lina will try to kill the Mac 10. And there you go, have it on right now. And more people are coming in. It's been an alarming rate. And oh man, with a tag, he was knocked down. And what a way to go with a tank from a place he didn't see in time. And now Shiva will have to run through the bullets and go to safety, and the safety is inside this building, but he almost got caught on because more people are coming in. Quebec squad, you channel Golden Goat, and not to mention TDC is on him right now, and he has to make a decision fast. Will he stay here? Will he stay put with his team? He's outnumbered. A lot of people are going out for him, but staying silent might be the best option for him. Now, Cartel Sinners, they have the tank on their side. It's gonna be a plus up for him. Takes a Kotar with the input on EBR now, and he sees more people in his vicinity, but I think they're just gonna play for default. 43 souls on board, 13 squads remaining, and it's still gonna be a long fight in this 6th match.
Long fight indeed, and right now cartels from Thailand, I believe, still up and kicking with the 5 kills in total on their team points, will be against another team from Tarantados from the Philippines. But now no engagement coming in, but one player from Tarantados from behind, not quite sure with the vehicle on hand or snowboard on hand, just trying to roam around in there, but moving in to TDC will be against another team from AXL. Not quite sure, but this will be a disadvantage for the side of Dex since he will be the last player. Oh, unfortunately will be seen in there and will be taken out. AXL Minami trying to look out players coming from the TDC. They need to put down the fire coming in from TDC, getting the second placer on to our leaderboards. But right now, AXL still standing on to their grounds onto this area. But then again, AOB or Academy of Brothers still on a tactical waiting on their side. Same into this area. But then again, for AXL, they are trying to get out. They are trying to get new position onto the high grounds.
Now the previous position was really compromised right now, so it's a good idea to pull back and go for the high ground, because that's something that their opponent from Juliet's squad, Academy of Brothers, it doesn't have. So having something like this high ground is really advantageous for them. And TNC Chapo and company will see here a Vagabonds from the Snot will be fighting against Bruce, and Bruce is gonna go for the run, but it's too late for him as a kill. 1-4 got the best of him for now, and now you're gonna go rotate 2, but towards direction, I'm not quite sure what direction they're trying to go to, but it looks like they're gonna go head into Eser from Vagabonds. He's outside the zone. That's an advantage for him. Goes for the hits for the rewind. Teleports out. TNC Chapo still going on, but Eser was knocked down. AK-47. It's gonna be a GG for Vagabonds right now, but that's one of their problems right now, because there's so many people on this vicinity and they have to pick their targets really carefully because they're exposed, and one wrong move can literally cost them the whole game. Oh, he tried to take some shots, but his opponent was able to teleport out real quickly, and Tarantado, Miro, escaping with a snowboard right now. TNC Chapo and company will have to pursue this whole match in an awkward position where they have a boulder as cover and everybody else kind of established in either high grounds or in cover. So except Nero, who's just going around with a snowboard, because he really can't get a position to anchor from because there's no viable cover for him. So yeah, it's gonna be 19 people left, 8 squads remaining, and it's gonna be no man's land right now.
Everyone capitalizing all of their positions. Nero, quite impressive for him, even though he has no position, just trying to roam around. He still survives the game. Chibi tries to get in for a push. Unfortunately, no takedowns coming in again. But then again, Chibi sees Nero again. Will be trying for the second time to push it up. Unfortunately, no, because Cartels will be seeing him from the open grounds. And right now, this will be the advantage for the side of TNC to push in as the zone will be coming in as well. And now, with the smokes, AMT, this might be, they need to capitalize their position from the open area against another team. ATLAST on the max, unfortunately, will be losing those gunfights, and Cartels, Lurid with the sniper. Will you be able to come up with a kill? And now, I mean, cartels, they all have those snipers on hand. But then again, Kim Hunt just trying to revive his teammates on the open ground. And right now, AXL, no engagement yet. Xiao as last player standing. Cartels on the move, just trying to wait for the right timing, because Atlas and AXL Xiao just roaming around with the snowboard, Redman.
And there's a dance, a dangerous dance they're doing right now, because they're gonna go from cover to cover, corpse to corpse to get some loot to go around, and they're desperate because it's a nasty three-way fight, and they have to really stick it out if they want victory royale badly. And looks like Cartel Sinners are still at it. Oh no, the KINGPINS got knocked down, and it's gonna be two men left for Cartel Sinners to carry it up. Not to be fired by here in ATLAST with the Jack 12, and oh man, that was kind of a long shot, and literally it actually hit. He's sitting on 10 kills right now, and it's gonna be more and more interesting as we see the situation we're dealing with. It's gonna be a TNC versus ATLAST, and now Chapo, Rio, Forest, and Sun going at it, and Rio's going lying behind, but oh wow! Engulfed whole ATLAST finally got the dub, and all the way from Thailand, and it's a team from Thailand, and wow, that's gonna be it for our last match of the evening. GG's to ATLAST, and what a show they've shown us here in this series.
Advantage goes into I mean, advantage goes into the side of Atlas. I mean, as the zone shrinks in, it's we could see that the zone is very in favor to their side. That's the second problem for the side of TNC. I mean, clutch gameplay might happen for the side of TNC. Unfortunately, the zone makes the difference on the game. But then again, still GG's for the side of BLACKFYRE, getting up until the latter part of the game, proving that they still have the fire on their team. But then again, Atlas, all the way from Thailand, still gets a W on our series.
So it kind of comes to show that it doesn't really matter if you have a win streak. It really does matter on how you do in the moment, because there's enough proof that if you want this win battle, if you have the strive to actually do well, you will do well. And this is a testimony to that, because Riley got Hunger Games was able to break the win streak of Riley from in the 5th match, and looks like we have another winner for ATLAST. And now, it's really just mentality. Just have to keep pushing and pushing. So, the top 6, who do you think it is, Colicx?
Top 6. All right. I mean, it's obvious that we will be having Riley Esports on top number 1. Second might be TDC. A lot of changes from round number 1 to round number 5, but for round number 6, if you're gonna be asking me who will be taking the round number or rank number 3, we might see BLACKFYRE of TNC. I mean, they might be on the losing part of the leaderboards a while back, but getting at least a decent kill and a decent placement points on round number 6, we might see their team on to the top. One more thing is the I think we might see what team? We might see AUXILIARUS Esports. Since I mean, I've been seeing AUXILIARUS Esports from before, and definitely they are on fire. And same with ALMGHTY Prime. Still betting all of my money to AMT Prime, goping up to the teams on our leaderboards, Redman.
Now, I think it's safe to assume that Rally Esports are they already sealed the deal with the top 6. It might not be guaranteed that they have the top 1, because we don't really see the whole picture numbers wise, but guaranteed they have that. And not to mention, the very strong contender is Hunger Games, because Hunger Games is District 12 Kratos. Yeah, they're a really strong contender. They're really shown us how how they play with their aggression tactically, and yeah, it's
Mhm.
really good to see that how controlled they are with how they push their enemies. And yes, maybe a contender here right now is our previous winner ATLAST. They could
Mhm.
have a shot at this, but only the leaderboard will say to which extent that is. But yeah, they're really strong competitors, and hopefully TNC found a way to squeeze into the top 6 in the leaderboards. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see in if our hunters are correct.
Yes, and while we are waiting for for the leaderboards, the overall leaderboards, again to all of our viewers, thank you very much for supporting the team, supporting your players, supporting your teams into the game, and definitely thank you very much Paramount Gaming Esports for making this event possible. Having a collaboration with Redman Gaming and with me, Colicx Gaming, of course. And thank you very much for this very, very great opportunity to cast these top teams, big names on to esports of Call of Duty Mobile. So, um, really impressed. I am really impressed to see new names coming up into the leaderboards. We always see Vagabonds Esports. We always see Almighty Prime, and now for the first day of the minors, we are definitely seeing a TDC Esports still maintaining their momentum on the second spot of our leaderboards. Redman.
Now, names won't really matter if you really have to. The big names really have to back up with performances. And yeah, I do agree with you. TDC Esports, they're really at that because look at this. They're at the second place, and Riley Esports, although they were able to stay strong on that number 1 spot,
Mhm.
yeah, there's no question it's theirs.
Yeah.
TDC Esports at 94 points, very impressive. And of course, as expected, Vagabonds Esports, a big name, one of the bigger names in Battle Royale, also made it to the top 3. Hunger Games, D11 Kratos,
Oh.
84 points. Good performance by these lads, commendable performance indeed. And as I said earlier, ATLAST, the previous winners of the match, all the way from Thailand, at 80 points. And yes, I love to see these organizations making a name for themselves because they
Mhm.
really prove that they have the talent, they have the strength, they have the competitive drive to go far, really far in this competitive scene of Battle Royale. And of course, sealing the deal with top 6, Almighty Prime with 77 points.
77 points. And moving on to our top number 7, we have CB1 Esports Main with a 69, TNC Esports Blackfire with an impressive second spot on our last round with the 67, and definitely your worst nightmare on our rank number 9 with the 63. Tarantados AURUM with the 60 points on top number 10. 11 will be U Channel Golden Goat with a 49, SHOOTERDIES PH Vicious with a 46 on rank number 12. Moving on to rank number 13, we have AUXILIARUS Esports with the 45, AOB Esports Python with the 38, NRX 69 with the 35 points. Cartels, X Sinners. I mean, we have seen them having a great advantage, unfortunately, on the last part of the game. Round number 6 with the 34 points. AXP Esports Wrath with the 24, BLITZKRIEG with the 23, BOYA Esports Echo with the 22, HILAS Esports Generals with the 20 points, Elites Obsidian with the 19 points, and definitely SIGRA Esports ARTEMIS with the 14, KINGPINS Esports PYRO with the 12 and 66 on an 11. But now that we have the overall leaderboards of the series, still congratulations to Riley Esports and to the rest of the top teams getting up on to our top number 6. But then again, you still have chance. If you're in to the lower, you still have chance because on minors we will be having a double elimination, so you will still be having a chance to prove yourself and get up onto our grand finals.
So everybody got a chance to get into the big stage. But here's the thing: you have to work hard. You really have to, want it. You have to show that you want it. So you have more opportunities to come. But hey, this ain't the last. So thank you so much for tuning into Zero to Hero Minor Season 3. It is going to be by Paramount Gaming Esports. And you want to know the lalaki with the small SC Redman. And yeah, I have here Colicx Gaming with us. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yes, we'll see you quite soon. Salamat, thanks. Goodbye, everybody.
You come from high. Now you see me rise.
Kasi tumudo na sini. Subunto ka lang pakita. Lawan na ulit. Ito pisa. Miss ka na dyan.
ตอนนี้ตามทีมลิเวอร์ไปพร้อมกัน